It's because Arcades is unable to watch the stream, and being the good boy that I am, I accommodate. Because well, sometimes she's not part of the thing, because I have a live group too. All right, give me a sec. But yeah, if you actually look in announcements, I do have a live group. Same world. Recordings help. Recordings help a lot. Kinda, yeah. Why is your uncle so sweating? Oh yeah, I was supposed to post that we were fucking live to on the other server, wasn't I? Yeah. I don't care. Who cares? It's whatever. Yeah, but it's fine. I don't care. Yeah. Probably. Nah, he's a good lad. Give me a sec while I copy everything over, post everywhere. Hey, we're live! Haha! Oh, hey there, everybody. It is me, Kermit the Frog here. And that's why I'm the game master. Game master. There can be only one true Prince of the Gays. Dud 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 dud. All aboard! Alright, so this is going to be taking place a few weeks of travel and such after the big fight that you guys are currently in the previous games. Yeah. I will dish out. You won't have the magic. You will be rewarded for that, yes. However, you do not. You will not have the magic items at this moment because I don't want to spoil it. Sue me. I don't care. Uh, yeah. So after about a few days of traveling with Abrams, the three paladins, Pluck, Bub. Let me fucking make sure I have everyone. With Pluck, Bub, Theo, Cody, Salvatore, and Abrams, along with Igra. Aquin has decided to veer off for a bit to take a piss, saying that he'll catch up. And with your previous experience, you know that's going to be a very long piss. So, Ulrich also decided to stay back and try and help. He decided to go off to the Drow Queen to try and collect his payment, and you have not heard any word back from him. But seeing as it is Ulrich, you decided to abandon him. Rightfully so. Uh, so, Jacques and Acades, you two, along with your group of NPCs, are walking along the roads. Give me perception checks. Okay, there we go. I love how your your thing still says you as dumbass. Yeah, I fixed it. Who the fuck is? Dude, you gotta fuck. You did it 3 times, boy. Luckily you had a natural 20 on the first one. All right, so you guys are marching along, just along the dirt path, heading back to Cadia, or the cratered city is. Well, yeah, you guys would only notice that as the cratered city. Sorry. Along your way, you do hear something rustling in the woods nearby and approaching the path, presumably. Jadok. You know it to be approaching, and it appears to be man-size.
Approaching from out front or outside?
It is approaching from the sides of you in the woods.
But can I tell which side exactly?
I'd say you did roll a natural 20, so it's coming off of your left side.
Well, I would quickly point out to the party that there's something out there to the left. Keep your eyes out.
God damn it. We'll see. Sorry, I'm late logging.
And that's a reach coming from me.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes out. No, critical pass.
Aqua will be joining us soon. I'll keep it for the RP because that's just funner for today, and I don't feel like running that fight right now. But yes, you hear somebody off to your left, and
I tell the group to get ready. I hear something to the left.
okay,
Prepare your weapons.
Bub, Bub, Pluck, and Igor get into a stance. Abrams just simply sits there with his arms crossed in his sleeves, while Cody and Salvador and Theo are basically just all around him with shields and weapons at the ready.
I guess we stand guard until I guess my turn's up.
Madril, give me a perception check.
Perception check.
Yes, your first roll of the game. You just tick the little. You see, you know how you check the box, right? Instead of checking the box, go to right next to it and click it. It's right.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Tap the name. Tap perception.
On my character sheet.
Yes. It's like, come on, James is able to figure this out. Come on.
Hey, look. Give me a second. Sheesh.
Just give me the shit. Don't worry about it.
There.
All right, cool. So you're unable to see the mess, but you do see the road. You've been wandering for a few days now. You kind of got lost and turned around because you forgot to pack a map. So you just kind of been wandering through this really weird woodlands area. Like, you keep hearing a weird cackling somewhere nearby, but you can never precisely figure out where it was. You think you encountered ghosts and a talking frog at one point, but then you woke up and you didn't have pants on. It was weird. It was a weird what feels like 3 weeks.
What feels like 3 weeks with no pants?
But yeah, as you approach, well, no, yeah, Module, that's what your last 3 weeks have been like. At one point, you were like, you set out on an entire quest just to get your pants back. From a toad and a butterfly.
What the fuck?
Someone went to Wonderland, I think.
You also encountered a tiny, what appeared to be bush lady, but then she looked at you and appeared, like, you just felt like she may have been your grandma at one point. Although she did have she had like a dark chocolatey skin and giant like glasses the size of dinner plates, and an afro that was so large you could hide in it.
Yeah, nowhere near. Nowhere near my grandma. Nowhere near.
You gonna explain what that is, Brian?
Nope.
Nope.
But yeah, you encountered that, and you just kind of noped out of there after a few hours of an encounter, and she seemed kind of sad when you left. But now feeling that you're close to the exiting these weird woods that appear to have some kind of curse or perhaps hex over them, uh, you see the dirt path. Hey, Aquan's here. You finally come across the dirt path that you believe to be the exit, or at least you can see it just on the horizon, or at least between trees. Yeah, between the trees. Sorry, I'm stupid. And to your knowledge, there's nothing outside of those trees aside from that path. What do you do? Madro?
I will attempt walk.
Check your mic, buddy.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
I can hear you.
Okay. I will attempt continue on. Go on towards the road.
So you're going to just walk on casually towards the road?
Why
With
not?
no pants.
No, you have your pants. You have your pants back.
I have my pants. That has been established already. I have my pants.
Have you put your pants
Just
on,
checking.
though?
Yes,
Have you...
I have put my pants on.
Okay,
My
just...
dresser's not that. No.
What happened to being so sure of himself?
Well, there's a difference between that and.
Wearing pants.
Actually, you know what? Before doing that, before continuing on, I'll probably investigate to make sure.
You're going to investigate what?
Investigate to make sure I'm actually heading, or like check the area for investigation to make sure I'm heading.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation. Who the hell just pinged me? Grandma. Ah, thanks. Sorry to hear that, Aquan. Well, you are on touchscreen, so. A 15. You're pretty certain that is an exit. Also, there's something moving in your pants.
God! I'm going to quickly examine my pants, check what's going on in my pants.
Alright, so instinctually, you reach into your pants and start running forward as you partially freak out.
Okay.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Working with a touchscreen phone's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I know. I'm making you do all these checks so you get used to it.
Yeah, I'm getting used to it myself. Real.
Okay, so as you come barreling towards what you hope is the exit, you trip over a branch and tumble head over heels. And slam perfectly on your butt. You slam perfectly on your butt with your hand down your pants. The rest of you see... Describe yourself. Montreal.
Sorry, give me a minute to stop laughing.
Get used to this, buddy. This is how I run. We have fun here.
So he just landed at our feet?
He just landed he landed like 5 feet ahead of you guys with his hand down his pants, and he appears as such.
Well, you see a man of approximately, to your knowledge, about 5'9", medium-ish weight-ish, wearing white leather armor, silvery cloak, also wearing a blackened with a silver inlay mask.
It's
And
because
a silvery hood. The hood, his cloak is obviously he's on his butt. It is him without pants.
Hello?
Did you hear me?
Yeah,
I heard.
you.
Yeah, we heard you. We went.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay, you see a tall, very large, pale green turtle, which is pretty much how it is a turtle, but they're called turtles, wearing wizardly robes of earthly colors, He's a big old shell on his back, and he's just staring at you with a awkward gaze. Do you have like a backpack or anything on your back? Just wondering.
He's got his hands in his pants.
Oh.
He's probably wondering what he got in his pants.
And I have a
Wait to see
staff
what
in my
happens when
hand.
you get close to him.
I have a staff in my hand. I'm just staring at you. Slowly reaching for a wand, though.
My turn or Arcades?
It's up to you guys.
Arcades, you're first. Please, by all means, introduce yourself. What does he see?
Yeah, okay.
The guy tumbled out in front of us with his hands in his pants.
I don't even have time to get up and remove my hand from that. So embarrassing.
He sees a. Oh, wait a sec.
You want to describe the NPCs or okay? Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna go. I just.
I'll describe the NPCs later. You guys go first.
Make sure I have. Alright. Shit. A rather woman, then clad in very thick black armor. Has a dark helm. But the guard is raised up. Was just looking at this man very mentally. She's got shimmering amber eyes, and you can see wisps of blonde hair through her helmet. That's it.
Hello.
Alright, go for it, Shadak.
Jarak then. Let me just pull up my little cheaty majiggy. Okay, I'm going to use my acrobatics, and before he can even get a glimpse at me,
You're
with
going
pure
to
acrobatics,
flex.
I am leaping on top of him, brandishing one of the daggers that I looted earlier
Okay.
from one of our previous things.
Violent,
Yeah, he's a violent
Do I
type.
use athletics? Is it athletics?
I'd say acrobatics because you're leaping.
Okay, shit.
We're going to hopefully try to avoid a PvP situation.
I was gonna say, would I be able to actually make a check to make dodge out of the way?
You kind of are on your ass, so you're technically prone. So we'll.
That means that he has advantage on his rolls and you have disadvantage on yours.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you would if Jadak didn't just drop out of the game.
Sorry, I'm pressing all sorts of weird little buttons here.
God damn it, Jadak.
It's so hard to see with your stupid.
Are you on
This
a
one.
phone?
Yeah, he's on his phone.
See, you feel my
Alright,
pain.
just keep.
You understand.
I'll describe the NPCs in the meantime. You do see three what appear well, they look like Space Marines. It's the best way I can fucking describe them. In terms of size, they're about a head and shoulders. They're about a head and shoulders height above most other people. Clad in heavy. That's deception. Heavy clad armor, full plate, wielding an assortment of weapons, surrounding a small hooded figure wearing yellow and white robes. Okay. You do manage to land on top of him. And before you can get a closer look at the man in the robes, a Githyanki is now staring you in the face with a knife to your face, with a dagger.
Oh, great! What a way to start a game.
I found someone. Who is this? Identify.
He appears to be a man.
Maybe they use a gift from the trees.
Katie's, give me a perception check.
Coming up.
Just a Katie's.
Oh, Katie's?
Just a Katie's.
Yep.
Man, Bub's ass looks great in this light. Just the way it's tightly clenched and ready to go. It's amazing.
Is he still on the ground with someone on top of him?
Yes. The strange figure is still currently on the ground with Jadak on top of him, while Acades has lost.
Does the strange figure have any weapons on him that I can notice?
None that you can say now.
Okay. I walk over. Friends. He's harmless. I stand him up. Said, the only weapon he has, and I put his hand down his pants to make sure he doesn't have a weapon where he's holding down there.
All right, cool. Give me a dex check.
Oh no.
The dex?
Dex check, yes. Aquin. I'm gonna see. I'm going to check something.
God.
What the hell do I hit for a dex check?
Don't worry about it. Just give me a dex check.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know. I'm clicking on dex and there you go. Never mind. Here I found it. Hey, not bad. 15.
You feel something meaty. And
I pull out. Yes, he has no weapons in here.
and Mondrel, you feel violated. the first bit of encounter, you get tackled, you have something in your pants, and then a turtle just grabs your nuts.
I give him a big hug. Yes, welcome, friend.
And now the turtle that had just grabbed your nuts is hugging you.
Does he have any pockets or anything?
I mean, you checked his most important pocket. You might as well check the rest.
Yeah, I'm starting to check his pockets, see if he has anything.
The only pocket that I would have would be inside my cloak.
Oh, no pouches or
And
anything?
of course I have a pouch for my components, but that's about it.
I go through his pouch.
Hey!
I'm
I would like to object to him handling my
All right, sure, go for it.
pouch.
Go for it.
I would appreciate you keeping your hands off that, sir.
I'll
No,
go.
but this nonsense. Who is this person?
Do I notice that he was overly protective of the pouch, but not his junk? You must be a spellcaster.
I'll agree to that. Yes, I am a spellcaster.
Welcome, spellcaster. I give him another big hug.
Pluck pokes his head up from behind Bub. Are we fighting?
Oh, Pluck, sing him a song of welcome.
He looks around. Okay. Welcome, strange friend, with your hand in your pants. Your cloak is long and you have a weird dance.
I can snag the loot from him. Not now!
Hey.
Why do he seems like a fine fellow. I mean, he's dressed in white. He's obviously not some kind of bandit. I mean, only a fool would walk around the woods dressed in white.
Someone somewhere in this campaign who I've yet to meet sneezes.
Also, mind you, after I stood up, y'all would actually view my eyes.
Well, no, you'd notice he's wearing a mask.
Well, they would go see my eyes.
Okay.
My eyes are visible in the mask.
Okay. Yeah, he has white eyes.
Silver eyes.
Oh, he has some kind of condition too. I kind of step away. Are you contagious?
Abrams is going to make a check.
I have no illnesses.
Even better.
Doesn't appear to be ill.
You know, Jadak, jumping on everyone is not the best way to make friends.
It really isn't. Abrams again chimes in.
We are friends.
We are friends in a party.
Well, I suppose Abrams, the cloaked figure, with a shoulder-length blonde hair, approaches you and extends a hand to you. Abrams, cleric of Solaris. He holds up his holy. Well, he doesn't. Yeah, he says that he introduces himself as the cleric of Solaris.
Recognizing name.
You also notice that he has a large sigil over on holding his cloak shut.
I will graciously accept his hand, take his hand with utmost grace, and it'll be a decently firm handshake, but
Hmm.
firm, firm.
And the three large walls of metal and meat are Theo, Cody, and Salvador. All of them kind of look identical at this point because they all have their helmets on. But one of them just gives a slight nod towards you. The drow, he turns and points towards where he thought a drow was, but there's nobody there. Well, okay, that one right there, he points to a large shirtless man with a loincloth of a bearskin loincloth and a large blackened axe over his shoulder at the ready. He has dreaded brown hair. That is Bub. And the small fellow.
To
Oh, right.
this young lady over here.
And these two are set to be wed, by the way. He points to the armored female and Bub. And that small. And the small fellow there. Hello! With the lute. Yes. Wearing the yellow cloak is our bard, Pluck.
He's great at parties.
Yes.
Nice to meet you all. My name is Malcolm.
Did you say Malk?
Madril.
Madro, okay.
Before
That's
he
good because
loses your
Malk
heart.
means penis to my
Look at
people.
the dagger that was just at his throat at his feet. It says, take that, you'll need it. Remember, it's the dagger I looted. Keep that in mind.
Who'd you steal that?
I forget, but I didn't forget.
Who'd you steal that from?
Some idiots we killed on the way to the cave, remember?
Ah, okay. Right, right. Kobolds, right.
So now he's got a free dagger. You owe me, bitch.
I don't need your dagger. Magic.
Oh, you got it.
Would you like to describe what you summon?
It's a Kursagami. It's a sickle with a chain and a weight potentially. And the chain is approximately 10 feet in length.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to take a quick little bio. Set me on autopilot. I shall be back shortly.
God damn it.
What was it, my turn next? I can wait.
Well, no, I was going to say that this is why we should do bathrooms before we go live, but okay, that's fine.
Well, no, sorry, I can't explain it over the...
Yeah, I get you, man. You got your things, but yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'll be very quick, okay?
Go for it, man.
So yes, I do have a dagger.
Fellow spell user, we needed this. Too much meat in the party.
But yes, Aqua, did you hear what weapon he had?
Yes, I heard what happened.
Okay, just making sure. Yes, Bub just kind of looks over it. Huh. Looks to Katie's. Can't you do that? Hmm?
She lifts up her little visor. What do you mean?
Bub's going to smile at you.
He turns bright red.
Yeah. Can't you do that thing with your spear?
Oh, you mean spells?
I don't know. Bub's not a freaking magic user, so he has no idea how magic works. He just knows when he gets pissed off, things happen.
It's okay, Bub.
Okay.
I think he's asking if you can magic.
Yeah, that.
I can. Wouldn't say I'm exactly experienced.
Oh.
But, you know.
So, where are you headed to? Bub chimes in, seeing as nobody else has asked the question.
Trying to hear some town. Rest.
Well, There is a town close by.
Yeah, it's on the coast. Kind of a dump, though.
Yes, and they don't even have a law against thievery. It is horrible.
Aquan, I would say this is before you have met Cookie, by the way.
Oh, damn it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But the good news is, I should have clarified. I apologize.
No problem. Okay. Yes, we're going to a fine town.
I would say you would have general knowledge of conversations. You just wouldn't know any of the characters. So you would have an idea, like the conversation of no thief, like of a thief-run town, would be general knowledge to you by this point, due to just casually traveling and presumably talking. So.
Well, but I don't see any point in traveling alone, is so if guys and gal wouldn't be able.
Awkward. Roll me a history check really quick.
Alrighty, 1 second.
You guys didn't always just have one girl.
No, we have 2 girls. The dwarf identifies as one. He appreciates if you use the proper pronouns.
But sadly, they aren't with you at the moment, though.
But sadly, he isn't with us, but we do have a dwarf. Don't let the beard fool you. He does prefer to be called a she.
Modril, I will say you can give an insight on the entirety of the group as several of them start laughing.
Katie is snickering behind it.
Yeah, several people are just snickering and looking away and just laughing into their hands.
But I'm dead serious.
Yes, Aquid is the only one that is fully serious about this. So go ahead and give me insight. It's going to be an easy beat. Module? Yes.
Clarifying. Check.
Yep, I'm back.
Yeah, clearly somebody was playing a prank on somebody. You're not quite sure of the details, but apparently they have told the turtle that a dwarf in their group identifies as a woman. And the turtle is fully assured that yes, this is true.
100% fact.
Wouldn't a deception check have been better than an insight check?
Well, no, you're inciting the group, who are blatantly snickering behind him.
Okay.
I know they're laughing, but I'll sit there and say they're not sensitive like us spellcasters are to people's peculiar ways. But we're well learned in history and knowledge.
Aquid, can I please just reiterate how much I love your character?
Not a problem.
Oh, okay.
The molesting turtle.
The molesting, unaware turtle.
What has me most curious is, was it a turtle speak?
Do you ask him?
No, it's just an internal monologue at this point.
I guess think of a tabaxi, but a turtle.
Yeah, basically.
Well, that was
Well, above game, yeah.
Anime.
Yeah, above game. Anyway, back to it. Either way, it's getting kind of dark. We should probably get a move on. As much as I'd love to talk about Ulrissa's changes she's going through right now, we should probably at least try to get a move on.
but
Achilles has to duck away because she's trying
will
to
you at least
control
answer
the
my
raptor.
question that I had asked?
Which one was that?
I had asked if y'all would mind if I traveled alone with you.
Of course not, my friend.
I mean, if you try anything, I could just kill you.
That is true. We would kill you.
I'm pretty good at that.
He is. I've seen it.
I swear I would never try it.
Then we have nothing to fear. Well, you don't.
But Bub leans really close near you. See to it that you don't. The man is about a head. Wait, how tall is Bub again? Let me check. Yeah, he's about 6'5".
My character.
Yeah, he's fucking 6'5", so he just leans over you. See to it you don't.
Get height away from height above me.
He's also probably about like twice your width in shoulder.
Considering I am only like 170 pounds.
170?
170.
Yeah, he's 230.
He's
He's
a
a
rather average height.
monster. He's got a big head.
He's rather average height and fairly slim.
Good. Pat you on the head. All right, let's keep moving. We don't want to, unless you guys want to camp out in the Hex Woods. Unless you want to camp out in the Hex Woods.
Nah, let's keep moving.
Right on then.
No one else is voting otherwise.
But yeah, it takes you guys about another 3 hours of marching and getting to know each other. Before you guys finally see the cratered city that you guys know vaguely to be safe. I'm assuming you guys head right in. So, Modril, the site upon the hill that you're greeted with is a large crater that looks like it was hit by some kind of either massive explosion or a massive world-ending meteor. In the very center, the only thing that really stands out is a large obsidian shard stretching up towards the sky, but not over the city. Well, not like from the ground it would look like it would stretch on forever, but from the distance you can see it does have a point at some eventually. But around that appears to be a small city with buildings that are about mostly one story, and all appear to be out of like a nice sandstone. Mix of sand and just general stone.
Any sight of any people living there?
Well, no, this is the place you guys usually go to.
Or any activity in the town?
James, you've been here before.
You know what I'm in the mood for?
I have.
I'm in the mood for some oysters.
You guys have literally been here before. So, as you guys approach the city, Aquin and Acades, I'm assuming you guys are going to go do your previously established things.
Yes, we are.
Okay, then. We will catch up. Yes, Bub will join you. Pluck will also go off to do his thing. So you guys are all good. Leaving the worst pair of Shadak and Modril with the three paladins, Igra and Abrams.
So I get to hang out with Bub finally?
Bub is hanging out with his betrothed.
So wait, who am I hanging out with?
You currently have Theo, Cody, Salvador, Abrams, Igra. Pluck is on his way into the city, and the new arrival of Modril.
Alright, so I guess Block will be okay in his zone. I'm gonna go to the store and find someone to buy the stuff I've looted so far.
Alright then. Modril, you just now noticed there's a drow with you. Who just simply walks past the group without paying much attention to you. Oh.
Do look at him a bit suspiciously.
He looks over at you. Oh, I'm sorry. Should I pose? He puts a hand behind his head and puts one on his hips and just turns slightly and holds it for a few minutes for you.
That's not something I would do.
You can start sketching anytime you would like.
No.
Good. He quickly drops the pose and continues walking into the city.
That elf sounds interesting. Follow him. Do it.
It's Igra. You fucking know Igra. Jacques, it's Eager, the fucking drow that you guys travel with.
No, follow it.
But yes, Abrams simply smirks and just walks past you, laughing a bit. Followed close immediately behind the 3 barrels of meat and metal. So who do you accompany? Who do you want to go with, or do you just want to explore the city by yourself?
Well, I would like to find out where a tavern is. It's probably been a while since I've eaten.
Okay. Who do you want to follow after? Or are you just going to go off on your own?
I think probably sticking.
With who?
Probably be a good idea.
With who?
The cleric and the paladin.
Ah, okay, so you're going to travel with Abrams and the 3. Okay. They do.
Don't really know this town.
Fair enough. Give me a perception check. This is your first time. Okay. 15. Cool. Somewhere in the distance, you hear. But aside from that, you quickly make your way through a small tent town, which appears to just be selling. Well, it's a tent town, so a lot of people have stalls set up here, selling random goods and wares and shit. Several people practically get in your face and just shake shit at you, trying to get your attention and catch your eyes. A lot, yeah, basically fresh fish, food, vegetables, beer. Buy my baby. Just. You notice that there's one section that's just being completely drowned out by what sounds like air leaking out of the dying corpse of a humanoid. And a lot of people are just simply avoiding an entire corner of the market. As you hear, just emanating from it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna avoid that.
Yeah, Abrams just grits his teeth and closes his eyes and cracks his neck a little bit as he continues to just keep walking past it like, nope, not today, not today, not today.
Zen, keep zen.
Must keep zen.
So what is that? I would have to ask my whisper.
Which part of that are we talking about?
Whatever it was, that weird sound.
It'd be too difficult to describe. It's just something you have to experience. He says begrudgingly. But nonetheless, he carries on. He heads deeper into the town, and yeah, you do pass several what appear to be taverns, and you're welcome to check them out if you want. Well, yeah, you pass by several taverns because that's what you're after, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you pass by several. Just pick one.
I will check out.
Or do you pick one, or do you continue traveling with the 4? Is my question, I guess. Macho?
Safety in numbers or
Yeah. Your choice. The fuck? Who just pinged me? What are you doing?
I said I think I'll go into probably go into the first one I find.
Oh, okay. Uh, so, no. While you do that, I will work up the description for that, and while I do that, I'm also going to work on the other people's. Aquin and Acades, you have your fun, you get your oysters, and you head back to the tower.
Oysters.
Yes. Jacques, you were off trying to find a vendor to sell your garbage to, right?
Garbage, but yes.
You literally grabbed a bunch of freaking kobold weapons. It's garbage.
Hey, someone can smelt it down for something.
Yes. Is that your...
Trash, am I right?
For the record, for curiosity, is that your first thought when you're looking for something?
looking for someone who will buy my trash.
Okay then. But you're trying to sell the kobold weapons, correct?
Whatever I've got in my pocket, that's not my main weapons.
Okay then. I would say that you would end up at the Stonebeards then. And as usual, those fucking dwarves are at it again.
Being dicks.
Beating the shit out of each other.
Oh,
I'm Stonebeard! Smashes his brother's face in with one of the helmets that they just made. The I'm Stonebeard! A third one says as he slams the first one's head against the anvil. There are 6 of them, basically clambering over each other, beating each other over with whatever they can find.
I walk in with that same little chuckle. I say, I like this place. Who wants to have a drinking contest?
Roll me a persuasion.
Persuasion. Alright, give me a minute. Perception, performance, persuasion.
4 of them perk up. But one of them just continues to bludgeon the other one to unconsciousness with a hammer.
Hey, some attention isn't better than no attention. Am I right?
Ah, you think you can drink the Stonebeard? I'm Stonebeard! No, I'm Stonebeard! You think you can drink a Stonebeard? Ah?
You got the ale, I'll drink yonder.
Ah, you go get the ale, we're working! We're working! You get the ale!
Yep, so who's got the ale, who's got the mugs?
Ah, we got plenty of things to drink out of. We ain't no pransy whatever you are. We drink with what we need.
Well, I've only got my hands at the moment. Do you have anything else I could use?
He
I can't
takes...
exactly drink a pint out of my hands, can I?
He grabs the helmet and bashes it, hits it with a hammer a few times to blunt the crown of it so it can actually sit. Ah, you got this.
That'll do. Let's do it.
All right.
Come on, mad lads, let's go.
So yeah, they take up a barrel that they have just lying around and just punch a hole in it and just start pouring drinks. Roll me some con saves. Because this
What's the thing?
Constitution saving throw.
Constitution, is that in the little box?
Yes, it's one of the little ones. You shoot one of them in the face. Good job.
Constitution.
Alright, cool. Give me a sec to see how quickly you fall and hit your head.
What? What'd I roll? I can't see it.
You rolled an 8
Oh dear.
versus dwarves. Drinking dwarven ale. So, I'll say this. You finish...
Come on, I must have at least 2 drinks.
Sorry, man.
One this morning.
You're a Gith and they're dwarves. You are not ready for this. So as you hold the helmet to your lips, some of the ale splashes into your nostrils because you're not quite used to drinking out of a helmet, and the rest that goes down your throat, it mixes and it burns the inside of your nose so badly that you end up just coughing all of it all back up and just soak yourself in spit, snot, and ale. And they all start laughing at you.
Had a good laugh after that.
Oh yeah, no, they're all just laughing at you while choking down their own beer. Their own ale.
Alright, well, I guess I'm out for the count for a bit.
Ah! Yeah, they all cheer and laugh and just wave you off.
They're not gonna throw me out, are they? Are they gonna...
I mean, it's a tent, so you're just kind of standing at the counter. So you literally could just bugger off whenever you feel like.
Yeah,
But let's see.
yeah, tell that garbage. But now that I'm got more acquainted with you, I'm gonna drop this stupid accent. I've got a bunch of shit. You wanna melt this down? You got some coins for me.
What are you trying to sell them?
All that cobalt stuff I got.
What? Which stuff specifically?
The little daggers and the little swords and thingies.
Did you write any of it down?
Yeah, I got a couple. I got 3 daggers. I gave one to Pluck.
Right.
I kept 2, and I got a sword and a poorly made shield of some kind. I forgot the name. It's not with me right now. But I know I have that. It's not much, but it's something.
James, I'm going to advise you to write down anything you receive that you wish to keep,
I
okay?
didn't expect to be playing the game while in a different state, okay, dude?
I know, I'm just saying that you should always have it written down on your character sheet, just as practice, so you can avoid things like this. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay?
Right.
Just make sure that you have that for future knowledge. But for now, I will let it slide because you are still relatively new. Okay? Let me see what they'll give you for this literal pile of scrap heap. They also think that you're trash at drinking, so they look at the basically hunks of metal that you just slap on their counter. Ah, they give you 5 gold. A lot.
Take it.
They take the thing and just throw it right into the furnace. Just basically conveyor line it into the furnace to start melting it down, and then they just slap 5 freaking gold onto the table for you.
Basically what I expected. Thanks for doing business, boys. I'll see you later.
Ah,
Get me so quickly.
we doubt that.
Later, Tater. Later, boys. Take care of yourself. And
Nah.
I leave the store, go on to someone else.
All right. Let's see. I would say by this point, Aquin and Acades, you have reached the tower and have spotted Pluck.
Okay.
Just for a reference on where you guys are at in the timeline.
Good stuff.
Okay? And you guys know what happens there. And how you cost Pluck a lot of money. Let's see. Right, Maldrill. So, you enter the tavern. It's poorly lit. Its floors are made out of stone and poorly carpeted. Literally, there's only like a few scrap pieces of uncolored cloth spewed about the place, specifically under the stools and tables. There's about 2 tables in there and about 5 bar stools with a single, what appears to be halfling manning the bar, while several wenches are walking around in skimpy outfits serving beer and bread. Let's see if they, sorry. Hi, welcome. Take up a stool, order a drink, or get the fuck out of here.
Do you also serve food?
Aye, we do. Of course we do. Why wouldn't we?
Thanks. You didn't say it.
Let's see. We've got some cheeses. We got fresh salmon. The wife's making stew. We also got a nice pottage. And let's see what else we got. Yeah, we got about a good we got a good ale.
How much for the stew and tomato?
Let's see. For you, I'd say about 8 gold.
Fair price. Yes. You order some and have a seat on it. Thank you.
After a few minutes, because at the heat of the food for you, they give you the ale immediately because they already have that on tap. But as for the food, you get a nice serving of pottage, which is ground up peas and greens, a lot of earthy stuff, basically. A lot of earthy, fresh garden tasting food. The stew is scrap meat, soaked in broth and a bit of oil with a pinch of salt to it. Overall, not the most pleasant tasting meal, but it is hearty and does fill you with a good chunk of energy.
And reasonable price.
Yeah. and the ale helps make everything stay down.
Oh, so it's bad tasting, huh?
It's the era, yeah. It's crap food, but it's meant for working men.
He eats.
Your mic keeps cutting out.
He eats his food.
Okay.
Much else you can say about that?
Yeah, so that takes you. Yeah, I'm gonna say you scarf it down with no real issue. It's not that big of a plate. It is a wooden plate, and you are given some wooden utensils. Unless, yeah, do you have a mess kit? Module?
No, not at all. No.
Okay. So yeah, you are provided with utensils, though you do get a few looks for using them because a lot of people seem to have their own mess kits with them, especially in this shithole. You also notice as you're using the utensils, they're cheap, they're disgusting. They're disgustingly kept. Like, you still see teeth marks from the probably previous user. But overall, you just suck it up and enjoy the food. And then thoroughly rinse your mouth with ale.
Yeah, natural. You will pay them obviously to drink,
Oh
and
no, they would have expected payment first.
well, yes, well, obviously, but you also a leave bar win a tip,
How much?
single gold win.
Okay, make sure you mark that off.
I did.
All right. So now, with a belly full of questionable food and unknown amount of diseases, what do you do next?
And actually, seeing the bad form of utensil establishment, set out track.
I'm gonna say this is basically the overall over under on the map. You're currently located in the tent district. Well, you're along the main road.
Yeah, he's going to go and actually try to acquire a proper kit.
You're gonna try and find a mess kit.
Yeah, after the quality of the utensils
Yeah,
endured, he figures it's gonna be a good.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check. No, make an investigation. Ooh, not bad. Uh, you figured that you'd probably want some durable type of material, and you think maybe either a blacksmith or some kind of person who's good at making tools. I can't think of the name at the moment. I apologize. So you try and find a blacksmith. Following your ears, and based on reading the crowd and everything, you find several dwarves beating the shit out of each other, appearing to slosh around beer as they beat the ever-loving fuck out of one another. There are about 6 of them, all looking identical, all screaming, "I'm Stonebeard!"
Oh god. Um. He
Mind you, this is a tent. This is a tented area, so the forge is in the back. There's a counter out front,
with
and the tent is keeping them covered up.
with a loud enough, he's projecting his voice to get their attention. He say, trying to get their attention, saying, "Hey, you got a customer here." Fine.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. They seem to just be more wrapped up in beating the ever-loving fuck out of each other. How do you want to get their attention?
I will bang on the counter.
All right. Give me a performance check. or performance or strength.
Yeah, I'm done.
I figured you would. You slap it, your hand kind of starts to sting because you know that feeling when you hit a hard enough surface, but your hand was too flat.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get that kind of sting to it.
that wasn't loud enough.
Not really. It was more of a than a loud thoom that you were hoping for. And they continue to beat the shit. Actually, let me see which one's winning. Yeah, one of them just takes the other's head and just starts beating the shit out of him with one of his brothers.
I'm going to try to find another blacksmith.
Alright. Let me check something. Okay, you are in luck. So as you begin to walk away, I would say give me a perception check, but she's too big and heading right towards you to miss.
Okay, that's scary.
What approaches you at what appears to be a very determinate speed? She's walking with purpose as she approaches not towards you, but in your general vicinity. A Goliath woman with what appears to be a large warhammer over her shoulder. Blonde hair, well, not blonde hair, sorry. Brunette hair pulled back in a ponytail. And fire in her eyes as she pushes right past you, steps over the counter, and grabs all 6 of the dwarves at once.
Damn.
And begins shouting at them. In Dwarven, which I'm assuming you don't speak.
No, I do not.
Yeah, so it just sounds like very angry Irishmen shouting. Because I don't feel like spiking the mic. Before throwing them hard against the counter, one at just in a perfect row, and then points at you, the customer. And immediately, you don't even need to roll insight, but you figure it out more or less. She's in charge here, and they all know it. And after making this approach, she takes a breath, looks at you, and puts on a smile. I apologize for that. What can we help you here at the Stonebeards?
Yes, I would like to acquire a medkit.
Ah, of course, of course. Yeah. You're not from around here, are you?
Not really. No, I just in town.
Aye, aye. Well, to excuse my lesser brothers, she says over her shoulder, it'll be about, I'll say, for you, 10 silver.
Using evasion check.
You gonna try and persuade her?
I'm gonna try to get a little.
Alright, go for it. Alright, well, first of all, give me the argument.
I say 10 gold is.
No, 10 silver.
Oh, 10 silver. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna fucking charge you 10 gold.
Never mind. 10 silver. 10 silver.
Yeah. 10 silver is basically just 1 gold, so. I was gonna say, you're gonna try and argue with a good price? I mean, alright, you can try.
No. See, I thought I misheard you.
Yeah, it's alright.
10 gold.
Ah, 10 gold so you don't have syphilis.
He nods and agrees with the price. And hands her over a gold piece.
Thank you kindly. She reaches up above, like in one of the flaps of the tent, and just pulls down a mess kit for you.
Appreciate it.
Aye, come by the Stonebeards anytime. If I'm not around, just make a bit more noise. I'll come by and set them straight.
Understood.
She slowly turns towards them and just starts shouting in Dwarven again. And they immediately all just rush to their post and start working. You've met the true Stonebeard. So what do you do after that? Where do you head to? Now that you have a mess kit and probably gonorrhea.
You can't get gonorrhea for food, okay?
Yes, but this is also the era where you don't even know what gonorrhea is. Gonorrhea is so.
That is true.
You might get that itchy throat disease.
I mean, he'll put his meth kit away in a pouch instead of his cloak. Doesn't he have a backpack?
Do you have a backpack?
And no.
All right then. You should probably buy a backpack.
Yeah, I probably should, shouldn't I?
Yeah, you want to go buy a backpack?
Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea.
All right, sure. Do you want to search near or do you want to search far?
I want to try to stick as can for the time being.
You hear from just behind the tent.
Okay, not going there. Somewhere else, please.
Sure.
I don't know if I want to deal with that.
You sure?
I'm sure I don't want to deal with something like that. That sounds kind of, yeah, no.
Okay.
He's not that crazy.
Okay, so you just go to a random stall, I guess. The owner is a human, bit shaggy in the face. Nice tanned up neck. He's a farm worker, clearly. And he has some bags on display.
Okay. I see if any of them would make a suitable backpack.
They all seem like they could make good enough backpacks. They're made out. Well, they all are made out of single pieces of leather and hand stitched.
I will ask the seller how much one of them.
I'd say about 3 gold.
Fair price.
Aye.
He will
All these are made from the same leather. She was a good cow.
agree to the deal. Give him 3 gold and
You now have a backpack.
take his backpack.
Aquin finally has something to root through.
Huh?
Yes, I do.
Do what?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, you're nothing special.
The fucking dismissal. You're not special. Don't worry. Aw. My mom thinks I'm special. But yes. Now with backpack and mess kit in hand, head anywhere specific?
I'm gonna actually now try to actually find who I came here.
Who'd you come here for?
I said who I came here with.
Oh, you're gonna go try and find the group, or do you want to try and find Abrams and the Paladins?
The Paladins and Abram.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I was actually with originally. So.
All right. Aquin,
Yes.
you're currently sweating your ass off out of fear. Is the current time point, if you remember correctly.
Oh,
Yes.
I was in fear?
I mean, he was standing right over top of you, watching you.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Yes, there was some fear in that.
Yes.
Okay.
And at Katie's, you're being pouty in your room. Jacques, what are you up to? James?
He's muted and deafened.
God damn it.
Didn't he say he was going to the restroom?
Didn't he do that already? No, he said that at the very beginning.
No, you said that not long ago. You had to go to the restroom.
Oh, okay, well, I'll skip over that then. Alright. Give me a... I'll say another investigation, Madro. Am I pronouncing it right? Madro?
Madrill.
Okay. You start to get lost, and then behind you, you hear slight, haggard breathing.
Why do I keep running into that thing?
Do you turn around?
I think he's gonna have to face it eventually, so why not?
Okay. Roll a will saving throw, not to shit your pants. No. Not yet. What stands, sits, crawls? It's hard to tell due to how hideous it is. But what sits there is a grayish scaled old woman, question mark, with large, voluptuous jowls that hang over her counter as she with two differently shaped and differently bulked up arms pulls herself towards to get a closer look at you. One eye a milky white, the other a bright, odd green color that makes you kind of want to throw up as you realize she has no whites of her eyes. It's yellow. As she stares at you with a cobweb of hair and several, as you look closer, what looks like a mixture of fingernails, actual finger bones, and screws for teeth.
Yeah, he's gonna slowly back the fuck away because that's freaking creepy.
I have many wares to sell.
Yeah, he's gonna back the fuck away
Sweet, dude.
as
What we
fast
got?
as he can. He's gonna move as fast as he can away. That voice, ouch.
Yeah, it's going to haunt you. Oh, fuck, my throat. I was not ready for that. I apologize.
That voice must be doing terrible things in your
Actually, no, I've gotten used to it, actually. I wasn't prepared to get to that range, but I was prepared for it.
So what made you come up with that particular voice?
What other voice are you going to give a fucking demented hag?
Sorry, just a quick heads up, boys and girls. I've got to go for a quick walk, but it's a lot further than my normal walk. So
Go walk with Buddy, go.
I will be back in 30 minutes. Or
We'll probably still be here. Get out of here.
I do have to get beer, but I also got to get a bunch of cash so I can pay someone to drive me to the airport on Wednesday.
Get out of here.
Get some beer, buddy.
I'm not ready to go yet. I've got another 5-ish minutes.
Oh, okay.
I'm just waiting for my sister to get ready.
Okay, so what are you doing then, Jadok?
Well, I have sold my wares. I think it's time for me to start tracking down my group.
Okay. Give me investigation.
Unless there's anything nice that smells delicious to eat.
Alright, give me your perception.
Coming right up.
In the distance, you hear a very familiar. But aside from that, you block that up, thinking, that's not food, that's crazy. But you do see somebody in a stall selling sweet rolls. They're a nice bready pastry with what appears to be a nice jam in the center. And a nice sugary glaze on top. Actually, no. Believe it or not, Skyrim's food is not inaccurate.
Yeah, I'll be sitting at that bun stand or whatever.
Yeah, it's a stand. It's basically just a tent with a countertop in front of it.
Yeah, I'll be sitting there for a bit, and I'll be waiting for my friends to become an eye shop before I get worried, and then I'll go look for them.
All right, how much money do you want to spend on sweet rolls?
I'll drop a gold 50.
Okay, you get 3 sweet rolls.
Awesome.
So you just sit there and stuff your gob.
Yep, I'll just be chilling.
Well, no, you underestimate how loud Granny is. Like if you're currently right here, yeah? If you were over here, you'd still hear her.
I just don't give a fuck.
Granny's voice is not something you can't not hear. There are several beings in this world you will learn to fear. One of them is Granny.
So we're all set. I'm good to just sit on the sweet roll table until I see somebody, or I just get worried and wander off and find them.
You'd probably, seeing as everyone's not really in the area, you probably would just end up wandering off.
Well, keep in mind I'll be keeping my eye out for them, and if I run into anyone on autopilot, so be it. If
Okay.
not, I'll get back to you when I get back to you.
All right then. But yeah, so, Acades, you're still moping. Yeah, you moped for like most of the day.
Well, no. Nope. But
You were in your room, basically, if you remember correctly. So I count that as moping. Because you got all mad when Bub joked. Either way. Aquin,
I have an undead companion now.
you have reached a milestone in your class. And have begun to study furiously while getting a back massage. A
I
very
like that.
a very bony back massage against your shell, but a
Well, I
massage
think that would
nonetheless.
work. I prefer a neck massage.
Okay, a neck massage then. It's your minion. He'll do whatever the f you want. He'll give you a deep tissue massage if you ask him.
I just have to maybe figure out how to not scare people. Maybe wrap them up in bandages.
Maybe if I added an air to rot to him, maybe more people will be attracted to him, mistaking him for fruit.
Nah, I think bandage idea. No one would know the difference. Baggy clothes and bandage wrapped around him.
And he begins to do shiatsu onto your neck.
And I need a big hat.
This happened while you were moping.
Yeah, you were moping. Don't worry about it. Would you like a massage?
Doesn't matter, you're not in the room.
No. Okay. Well, I'm gonna continue thinking of an idea of how I'm going to cover this guy up because.
If I recall correctly, after that would have been you would have gone down and met Cookie, right? I want to make sure I get the order of events proper. No. You had met Cookie already.
Oh well, yeah. I met Cookie already. This is a few days.
Okay, right.
We've stayed in the tower for a few days before the wizard even showed up.
We'll have to work that, but yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing because I don't have anything written down for this. But either way. Yeah, that's why I record shit. That's why I record shit. Modern error. Bite me.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm just trying to find a big hat, like a big Chinese-style cap. What are those things called?
You look that up.
Name, I know it.
You look that up. While Madro, you give me an investigation.
Alrighty.
While you're fleeing in panic.
From that creepy looking woman.
Yes. You start to get out of breath after a few solid, what feels like hour of running, and you just put your arm on a counter and catch your breath.
Horrible investigation check. Ouch.
You lean against the counter and just put your head in your arms and like, oh good, I got away from her. You hear from right above you.
Not again.
I have many ways.
He's gonna start running again.
Roll me another investigation.
Another investigation.
This is the kind of hat. I put it in general chat and Discord of what I want to get. A Kaza.
Okay. I mean, I knew what you meant, like in appearance-wise. It would have been amazing had you just rolled several natural ones.
Hey. I rolled fucking twice again, damn it.
It's fine. I only count the first roll anyway. for the record, by the way, the second number that you're seeing on the other side of that line is what would happen if you rolled with advantage or disadvantage. It takes care of that. Oh, that kind. Oh, the Ronin one. Okay. Wait, do you want Ronin style or?
No, I want the one the Ronin style because I need to cover his face.
Okay, fair enough.
But he still needs to be able to see, so it's best of both worlds.
Fair enough. I thought you were thinking of field worker hats.
Oh no. That wouldn't do any good on
Yeah.
his face.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be bandaged his face.
I mean,
It is possible.
you could get him a mask and take. Well, yeah, you could convince people he's a leper.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
Like I would say Tim mentions that, like, if you're trying to hide him, you just call him a leper. And then
Perfect.
ducks back away to go do whatever the fuck Tim's
I'll
doing.
do that then. I'll use the traditional Kaza hat, not the Ronin style.
Okay.
And I'll bandage it up, make him look like a leper. I'll give him baggy clothes and all that kind of stuff, so it looks like a leper.
Okay, so you're gonna go get clothes and shit for him.
Yeah.
Do you want to auto buy or do you want to role play it?
Yeah, we'll auto buy, move things along.
All right, so about 10 silver of cloth for clothing and bandages. The hat, on the other hand, due to its material, costs you about like 15 silver for the hat alone. It's not a common commodity around here, as people don't give a shit.
No problem. I'm gonna make it extra big so he can kind of like tilt it down, and it does cover his face a bit.
You gonna give him a flute while you're at it? Because that was actually a common hiding practice of the not the Ronin but the Shinobi.
Well, but we have pluck. I don't want to hurt his insecurities. So no flute.
Pluck, the bard, who could probably slay the most out of the group aside from Bub. Actually, no, he would be able to slay the most because he's not married. Acades, at this time, you're trying cake. But as for you, Modril, you eventually stumble upon, with the 20, because you kind of get lost a little bit, but then you find your way again. A small temple in this area, where I'm pinging, dedicated to Solaris, where you see several hunks of men standing outside that look exactly like the guards that you have been chasing. The temple itself seems more or less like a refurbished building, as there are several buildings that appear to just have been abandoned at one point for some reason that you can't quite figure out. But you just pinged me. Okay, I don't care. Why would you ping that to me? Shh. You're precious. I love you, but shush. That's not something you need to ping me over. But yes. Fuck. Right. It seems to be a refurbished building with 3 stories, sorry. And it appears to have been a longhouse of some sort. You're not quite sure, but you're not inside, so you can't exactly tell. But you do recognize the Solaris sigil of the sun surrounded by an iron ring.
Figures. Since here, he would go inside and actually prayer.
Okay. As you enter, despite its dingy outward appearance, it's actually quite nice. Fully matted floors, like a nice, not exactly high class, but still it's like throw rugs that are all stitched together and like dyed and painted over and everything to look quite nice and up the appearances. Several sconces are lit that are about the sizes of small campfires, in nice ceramic bowls, freshly lit and constantly giving off heat, filling you with a rejuvenating warmth. As you go further in, you also quickly realize that the building itself is being lit through natural light because they don't have a ceiling. They don't have a roof. It has been replaced with glass paneling, and stretches all the way back to and off in every single direction, with very little room for shade. The panels itself are being held up by large columns. Most of them are wood, but occasionally you get a stone one that's paired with each other and scribbled with names, inscriptions, and shit like that. Overall, probably one of the better buildings you'll see in this entire city is what you're able to gather.
Impressed, and remove his hood first of all, out of respect, and goes about doing his prayers, and also takes the time after prayer to commune a little bit with his father.
Which kind of prayer do you partake in? Because you see, as you look around, give me a perception. Perception, insight, or religion. Your choice.
You said perception what?
Perception, insight, or religion, I think. Yeah. Okay. You look around and notice that there are several off-shooting corridors that lead to other rooms. And you notice that several people a few of them have their backs bleeding, uh, as they're also muttering prayers and walking to a different chamber. You also notice that there are people just straight up nude walking into a different section. But you notice that nobody's praying in the main center of this building. Like in the main central area that you're at, nobody is praying there. Everyone seems to just be either relaxing or meditating of sorts.
Could I determine why no one prays in the main area?
I would do you ask, or are you just going to make presumptions?
Well, I do have knowledge in religion, so
Okay, with that unnatural 20, I will say that they probably have dedicated areas for prayer, probably because they're made specifically to prayer, but this appears to be the welcoming area. You do actually, as you look around and take in everything, you actually do see a younger woman approaching you wearing silken robes, a shaved head, no eyebrows, no sign of hair at all on any part of her head, approaching you in silken robes that you can plainly see through, approaching you to greet you. My apologies, we didn't see you enter. Welcome to the Temple of Solaris.
thank you. I would appreciate, I guess you could say, point me in the right direction to where a place where I could actually have some good prayer.
Which type of prayer do you wish to take part in? We have the cleansing prayer. We have a cleansing pool. We also have a meditation area, and we also have the shrines to Solaris themselves.
Should double check to make sure this isn't a brothel.
They are kind of free lovey.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was metagaming. I apologize.
It's fine.
I think a meditation area would work.
Very well. Follow me. And she leads you off to one of the side chambers. One of the chambers the main chamber that is dedicated. You realize there aren't as many rooms as you thought there were. The hallways just look kind of intimidating. Uh, but what you are led to is a nice grass, naturally growing grass, and what appears to be like a wild flower area, with just no glass between you and the sun, shining directly and perfectly on top of you as you enter there. You see several people that appear to have suffered minor burns, just laying in silken robes in the grass. Some appear asleep, some appear to be in a meditative state. And after a few moments, a younger man approaches you, wearing a simple see-through tunic with everything on display. Approaches you with a robe that matches his. If you wish, you may partake.
No, thank you. I would rather pray as I am.
Very well. He simply smiles and nods and lets you be. He goes off to to a different room and attends to some other guests. The woman also fucks off.
Now being actually,
Hmm?
as since he is now, I guess you could say alone, away from not being disturbed.
Yeah, there's about like
By,
4 or 5 other people in the chamber with you.
not being disturbed by other attendants, I should say.
Yeah.
He proceeds to actually get down on his knees, way and pray and father his patron.
Me. Do you offer any specific prayer or?
It's just a general prayer of guidance, actually, the roads ahead. Just general community, just general a general communion of support.
Okay.
Nothing specific.
I'm gonna roll something for you. When was the last time you prayed?
In a temple,
Yeah.
probably in temple, it's probably been since I have traveled.
Yeah. So probably since before you landed, I'm assuming. Made
Yeah.
made port.
Yeah.
Okay. You do get the feeling of, hey, you should call more. You kind of get that kind of a feeling a bit for a second, but then you do feel a calmness of gratitude they see from you, to hear you, kind of a thing. But you also do get a feeling of unease. But it's not an immediate get ready for battle unease. It's a be cautious unease. A cautionary. Like, oh, this room is dark. I should be on my guard. For I can't see what's ahead of me.
Or there could be some potential goal ahead type deal.
More like it's a dark room. More like it's a dark room and you can't see what's there. So it could either be good or not. It could either be good, nothing, or bad. It's up for interpretation. You can roll insight on them if you want.
And also, just so you know, if we do ever come across an actual dark room, I will see. I have
If you come across an actual what?
dark room. I have dark vision.
Mm,
See of it.
Yep. Natural 20. You get the feeling you're in strange lands, is what they're trying to warn you of. You're in a strange area that they rarely are in themselves, at least personally. And that you're probably the closest thing to them being there in the last freaking 60 years.
See. Now, is these messages coming from the god himself, or is it coming from my patron?
It's coming from your patron. They are a messenger for Solaris, after all, so.
Yes. Well, it is separate as well because
My
I
dad's a
think he's
courier.
I think he's a little bit more than a messenger to me, but yeah, okay.
My dad's a glorified mailman.
Oh God. After he finishes with his prayers and whatnot, he will actually, thank his deity, Solaris and such. He will make his way out and
Anyone specific, or...
Really, just anyone at this point.
Alright, sure. Give me a perception check while you're still in the building. Perception. Okay.
Yeah.
You do see 3 very muscular men walk past the doorway. And you do see a skinnier man in a silken robe. The 3 men were completely stark naked. But you do see the smaller man has his back completely torn up with what appears to be lashings. And his head down in prayer as he walks past. He's blonde-haired. But you don't get too good of a look at his face to really confirm if it is Abrams or not.
Okay. Unsure if that's one of them. He arrived here with you.
You're in pursuit?
No, he's gonna just continue on.
Okay.
He's unsure of whether or not that's actually we came here with.
Yeah, this temple's weird. I have to admit that. Regardless!
Definitely different.
Oh, you should try the purging pools. Those are fun.
I have.
To feel uneasy about them, guys.
Yeah. Now, do you know why the other party is uneasy about them?
Funny,
Yeah.
feel weird.
Yeah.
And I, obviously my guy kind of worships the same god, so for him to say they seem weird is because he's definitely never been in a temple quite like that one.
Yeah. The ones back home have a lot more self-flagellation.
No.
I'm just telling you factually, back in the nation, there are a lot more self-flagellations and a lot more heavy emphasis on pray daily, or else.
Well, yeah, pray daily, yes.
So basically, that's why there's a lot of self-flagellations, because some people miss days. And a lot of people are, a lot of them actually do have several ounces of burns all over them. At least back home. The amounts of burns that are actually on these people is actually quite surprisingly low. So possibly less devout, maybe? Debatable.
More devout,
Who knows?
I think. Anyway.
Either way, you leave. Give me... Okay, how do you want to try and hunt for the rest of your crew?
I mean, I would say at this point, considering again, I don't quite know the city 100%.
You're just gonna blindly trust luck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Much.
Investigation.
And just pray I don't run into the old hag.
Not only is she natural 1, she actually does have a roll, and it's not that. Good for you. Luckily, well, it's you just part of you seems to just guide your head towards the sun, and as you look, you see the large obsidian shard sitting in the middle of the city, just seeming to shimmer in the sunlight, shimmering a nice, beautiful, actually purple, actually with the light hitting against it, nice purplish red swirling within it. And a brief flash of arcane every now and again. Sure. How do you want to check it? You're also about like half a mile away, so.
Yeah.
Do you make your way closer, or?
No. He'd say from where he's at, he would just try to see if he can discern it with his.
Okay.
Arcana check.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me Arcana. Whatever made this had a lot of magic behind it. Almost a wizardly amount of magic.
Okay. Satisfied, he continues on, trying to see if he can find anyone that he met up with and came here with.
Aquin, I would say that you are making your way back. Give me perception check.
Oh boy. I'm always good at these.
Probably the first character I've had proficient in perception.
It's not a bad thing to not be. It's not a bad thing to be proficient with. You do spot the white clad figure from that you'd met and kept from Jacques slitting his throat. You see him just walking past one of the buildings, just heading off somewhere.
Do I notice his new backpack?
Yes.
Okay, start walking over towards it.
At what speed?
Casual speed. I'm probably eating oysters.
Still? Okay. Yeah, right. I forgot you. Right. We had a session between the sessions. For those that are listening to the recording, we had a session between the sessions because some players weren't showing up, so we decided, fuck it, we're gonna have some fun. But Awkward became very good friends with Cookie. Oh, you haven't met Cookie yet. If you thought
I'm
if
going at a good enough pace where I can't catch up to him now.
okay, so you can or you can't.
So I can.
Okay, I was gonna say if you're going at a casual pace, you're just gonna be forever not stun locked.
Well, also with his height and his, his height.
With his stride, I guess too.
Yeah, I'm not hiding the fact I'm going after him.
Okay, give me a perception check, Maldrill. Eight. Nice sunny day. Feels good to pray at a temple. Da 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 da. Awkward. You approach unnoticed. Da da
I
da.
open up his backpack and start looking inside.
You're being assaulted. What do? Maldrill? Somebody has grabbed onto your back and starts rummaging through your stuff.
I quickly turn around to see what the fuck's going on, but all he could
I hold his mess kit and I start shaking it, and then I put it back in.
You see Awkward, the turtle that you came here with, holding your crap.
Then I offer him an oyster.
The turtle that had touched you in a way no man has touched you in a very long time.
First of all,
or ever. I don't know what your life's been like, man. That's up to you.
First of all, no thank you on the oyster. Second of all, I would appreciate if you stopped trying to rubbish my shit all the time. Kinda rude.
But you're part of the party. It's everyone's shit.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Don't worry, you're new. You'll get used to it.
Bub, you never do.
Anyway.
So how you doing?
It's why I'm naked most of the time.
Got me some food. Got me a mess kit because
You need
I
food?
didn't have one. I know I got
You
me
need some cake. Come with me. We'll get cake.
Yes.
Yes, you do. I grab her. I start dragging him towards the tower. You need
Straight.
cake.
Do you resist?
No, I guess I'll go with him.
All right. So yes, you approach the obsidian.
Though I will remove his hand from me and willingly follow him, so he's not dragging me across the fucking.
Awkward. He's trying to break away. What do you do?
Oh, I let him break away. I just give him a pat on the head.
Okay.
I take him to Tim's tower, and he has to try the oyster cake.
All right. So the tower that you.
Wait. First of all,
I don't tell him the oyster cake. I just said you have to try the cake.
Let me describe things for him first. First, let me describe it. Then you can answer questions. Okay. Let's just do that. So things might get answered for you.
Okay.
Holy fuck! I'm torn up. But yes.
Wait, torn up?
No, I am torn up because I have like a lot of scratches all over my freaking arms for some reason. Either way, as you enter the building, you realize that there's a large section of it just open as if it's a doorway. And as you enter a rounded room, no bigger than your standard like hall. No bigger than I would say an average sitting room, rounded entirely with a fireplace, surrounded by books, and a painting on top of the stars itself that appear to move just ever so slightly when you look at them. To your right, and just next to that is a staircase going up. Below those stairs is a stairway going down. Next to the stairway, it's between both stairways is a skeleton sitting in a rocking chair holding a book that slowly just looks up at you. Aside from that, there is a hallway to the left of the doorway leading to what looks like a kitchen. And the fireplace is roaring.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah.
I go to the kitchen because that's where the cake's at.
Acades, how much cake have you eaten by this point, Acades?
Depends how big it was. How big it?
It was like a good 2-layer cake.
Almost a sheet cake.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty left.
Yeah, there's by this point, assuming you haven't just eaten constantly, there's about like 4 slices left.
I tell them, don't touch any of the bugs. They're turning into things. But
You say this,
as long as you don't touch them.
as you say this, you get the instinctual feeling, an instinctual feeling of a prey animal to just slowly look up and see a giant centipede staring down at you.
He hasn't served his term yet. Don't worry about him.
Aquin, you know where Cookie is if you want to go and get him. It just slowly just it wiggles its mandibles at you.
Yeah, I like this place.
This is a kitchen, by the way.
That's not very sanitary.
Oh, it's magic. You should know better.
Yeah, bugs and food don't go together, dude.
They're magical bugs. They're not real bugs.
Modril?
Perfectly fine. Trust me.
Modril, I need you to make me a dex check. Or a dexterity saving throw. As you... have you broken eye contact with this creature, by the way? This giant centipede?
Quite, no. Kind of staring at it because I'm kind of freaked out
Yeah.
a little bit.
Just make me a straight one, then. Just a straight dexterity saving throw. As it drops from the ceiling.
I start yelling at the centipede to get back to where he's supposed to be, or I'll get Cookie.
The centipede lands, starts to fall towards you, and you instinctually throw your arms up in a crossed motion to try and brace for the fall.
Who, I did?
No, the Modril did.
Oh, well, I start yelling at the centipede, and I start whacking him with my staff, and he's like, don't make me get Cookie. You know you don't like it when Cookie comes.
But yes, Modril, this thing's about the size of a human. As it just lands on you, you feel its weight for a second, and then Aqua just starts hitting it with a stick and causes it to fuck off back up to the wall. And crawls into a hole that's like half of its width. And just disappears into it.
He has a bit of an attitude problem.
Ah.
Not something like that again.
I cut him a slice of cake.
You say that as you look below you as just a giant roach just crawls right between your legs and goes off into a corner somewhere.
Oh, that was the salt shaker. You don't need salt.
The turtle says as he offers you a slice of cake.
It is delicious.
I reckon I'll take it and try it. I mean, I ain't picked the meat, but why not?
Do you use your cooking utensils or just your hands?
Cake.
Okay.
Hands.
Alright. So you take it. It's got a nice vanilla-esque, well, a nice plain milky cream to it. It's not the hardened sugar heavy cream. It's a very nice, soft, melt in your mouth cream.
Buttercream.
Buttercream on top. It is I think we said 3 layers, like 3 different.
Yes, there's 3 layers.
3 layers of vanilla, chocolate, and then vanilla again. Marble, I think. Yeah. And inside are several types of fruit and an odd saltiness to it that you can't quite place until you're at the very end and you notice that there is a bit of red showing. As you look at it, it appears to be freshly cut salmon. However, the saltiness of the fish and the sweetness of the fruit and cake itself seem to blend in perfect harmony with each other, along with a pinch of cinnamon.
Good, but still disturbing to have fish inside of a cake.
Do you say this
Yes,
out loud?
The salmon was Cookie's idea. He's a genius.
Are you criticizing my cooking? You hear from directly behind you, in your ear.
I give Cookie a big hug.
He's currently sitting on top of Maldrill's shoulder, staring at him.
Okay, I give him a big hug.
What did he say? I didn't even hear what he said.
Are you criticizing my cooking?
Of course not.
I didn't say it was good. I just said.
You didn't say it's good. He just grabs one of the random bugs on the wall and crushes it into a knife. He is now he is basically, with his large goblin-esque nose, pressing against you.
Calm down, Cookie. He's just not from around here. I'm trying to get him used to the local tastes.
Persuasion.
No, yeah, I just arrived in this town. Everything's different.
Awkward persuasion.
Yeah, not bad.
Just slowly pulls the knife back. He still hasn't blinked the entire time he's been standing on your shoulder.
We found him in the woods and he's wearing white. He's not that bright.
Apparently so! He also doesn't know what good, fine luxury is.
Well, he doesn't have a palate as sophisticated as us.
Clearly! He's still on your shoulder, grabbing you by the hair, by the way.
Oh, come on, Cookie, get down.
How's he grabbing my hair when I have a hood on?
Because he's on your shoulder. He has his hand on the back of your head.
Under my hood?
Yes. Either way, he grabs your hair and just basically swings off of it to land. It hurts a bit, but nothing gets thoroughly ripped out.
After he lands, I will have to use my hands to actually make sure my hair is raked in.
Give me an investigation.
What?
Give me an investigation, Maldrill. You feel just gently with your fingertips, and you feel a bit of scalp that wasn't there when you woke up. It's like a dime's worth of hair is missing.
I mean, he normally would say something, but in the case he should. How strange place is. Erring on the side of caution.
But yeah, as Cookie lands, he just throws the knife up into the air, just lands in the ceiling, and turns back into the bug that he had killed.
A little prestidigitation, you'll be fine.
Going bald.
You know, I mean, I am kind of narcissistic about my.
I'm gonna say we take a 5-minute break really quick because I gotta go to the bathroom, and I'm sure other people have been sitting on what they have to do as well. So, be back in 5 minutes. Everyone okay with that?
Stop hurting.
You what?
I wish my knee would stop hurting.
Either way. But yeah, we good for 5 minutes? I'm gonna go take a pee. I'll be back. What happened?
My character, my normal character, I would say he's dark, but really angst.
Angst. Angst.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a similar story with the other character, so. Yeah, yeah, usually they can be good people. They're just selfish usually. Oh yeah, that's okay. But basically, every character they is almost NPC, unless it's a villain. I'm just gonna like root for the bad. I'm pretty good. Like I'll make like if I'm making like a funny comment, like I did with like this might be a whorehouse. I'm joking there, but I'm not just saying. What's your character? I can roll for you.
Yeah, he's on the up and up on keeping himself together.
Yeah, like I said, I really like to play like the oblivious, like the whole betrothal thing. I started that because I just assumed something.
And it turned out to be right.
And it turned out to be right. Yes, but yeah. So I just assumed that they were betrothed, and it turned out wrong.
And now they're getting married.
She started the whole. She started the whole other part with the dwarf being a transvestite, and my character just obliviously went along with it.
But as for explaining characters, I'd say just let it come naturally. Secrets are fun, believe it or not.
Yeah, secrets are fun. Like I said, my character does have a serious side. It's dealing with certain things. There's some things I've learned over the years that I kind of steer away from because in my society, if you steal something, keep your hands out of your pocket. You'd be shocked and horrified that this town doesn't do that.
You scared Pluck.
Yeah, because there's like they're saying, oh, this town is flawless. I'm like, well, why is anyone why is anyone getting their hands cut off if they steal stuff? There's a time where there was a village that was infested with something, and because my town was very greater group, not just greater individual, I wasn't basically I didn't care about the few. I cared about the many. I would do whatever you told me to go. More communal tribal. I wouldn't say communist. I mean, I do believe in personal, like what is mine is mine, but I will share what can be shared. Well, I'm not. Well,
He just doesn't know what personal space is. That's
I know
all.
what personal space is. It's just in my quote unquote society that I'm developing, you can just you walk in someone's home, you can just go take it and do with it your stuff.
Me, basically.
I've established a lot of interesting cultural things over this year that I just made up on the fly. Turtle is
Turtle is a
yeah.
race. Yeah.
It comes what's it come? It comes from the Tomb of Annihilation book.
Well, the one of the few I don't have. But yeah, we're gonna go back into it in another minute. Is everyone back, by the way? Okay. Okay. Give me a sec. That's weird.
Yeah, in Tavern Chat, I posted a quick video about the Tomb of Annihilation supplement where the portals come from.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell's up with Katie's really quick. Oh, apparently she was AFK.
I have like 0 ligament left in lateral, or not ligament, meniscus, lateral meniscus in my knee. I have none.
That's unfortunate.
And I have arthritis in my knee. They've said within 10 to 20 years I'll be fearful.
That also sucks. The only thing I've ever had, I mean, I've been stabbed once before. I've been shot at a couple times, but
I got impaled.
It's really bad injuries.
I mean, granted, this was my own fault. It was my own stupidity. I did a right side kick to a red brick wall, and my left foot snapped. And then I proceeded to walk on said leg 10 years before getting fixed.
I understand that.
That was dumb.
We all do.
I know plenty of people who did that kind of stuff.
We all know stupid people or have been stupid people.
And now I'm paying the price.
Yep.
And it's winter time, so it's even worse because cold.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys ready to get back into it? Assuming everyone's here.
Aye, Capitan.
Aquin, you got any time limits?
4:30 is 3:15 now.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of time, boy. I love how it's finally good to have other Americans in this.
I mean, I'm technically past what I would consider my personal bedtime that I've set for myself, but I'm enjoying myself so much.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's fucking one. It was 1 a.m. So I've been up. I've been up. I shouldn't be.
I mean, granted, I can probably stay up as late as I fucking want until I take my melatonin, but I'll regret it tomorrow.
Yeah, but you'd have enjoyed yourself. Live in the moment.
Well, I work night shift, and I'm actually homesick right now. I had a little bout of food poisoning this weekend.
Oh, right. How's the kid, by the way?
Oh, he's good. He's sleeping. The ear infection is done with.
All right, that's good. Cause I remember that's what my first thought was when you didn't show up. I was like, oh, he's probably dealing with this kid.
No, he's upstairs sleeping comfortably, with his baby Stitch. He is a giant Stitch doll. He calls baby Stitch, even though it's almost bigger than him. He loves that. He loves Stitch from the Disney show, Lilo and Stitch.
Did you tell him there was a TV show?
Well, we got Disney Plus, so he'll eventually find it.
You're falling into that sham.
Let's get back to the game before we go too far on that.
Considering that, I'm a big Disney fan. I'm an annual pass holder, D23 member. Disney is kind of like a big thing for me, so it's not that big of a money pit for me. It's not like I have many other paid services.
Fair enough. But yes, back to it. So you guys enjoy the cake. Cookie threatens the shit out of you. And then he goes back to just cooking up a random souffle. Again. What do you guys do?
Alrighty.
All three of you guys are actually in the same room right now.
After I get the cake.
Yes. You guys gonna finish off the cake finally?
Get a slice of cake, and I go back, and I said, well, I have to go and study. And I have a friend I have to finish bandaging. And I go back upstairs and finish bandaging to make sure that my skeleton, who I am going to name Ichi, is presentable.
You have TV in the background? Akron? Akron.
Yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was very audible.
For some reason, commercials all get super loud.
I thought they passed a law against that.
It expired, unfortunately. It wasn't a permanent law.
That's
What?
like that the commercials couldn't be louder than the TV show.
Yeah, because basically commercials, they can actually increase the volume on what they're outputting to make them louder than the TV show. that
You
you're
haven't
watching.
noticed that.
It's like if you're listening to a very quiet, soft, drama-filled thing. It's like we'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
It's even worse on my TV because sometimes I watch the show and I can barely
Do
hear it.
you have erectile dysfunction? Put this spine up your dickhole!
Oh, by the way, you want to hear referring to ED? You want to hear a really funny thing that happened to me that I found? That happened to me.
You developed ED?
No, 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 no. It was a TV
You
show.
have to take a blue pill.
No, 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 no. I was at my cousin's
Do you and your equally aged lover sit in separate bathtubs together and look off in the sunset?
No.
Do you
Just let
play
me tell the
football at
story.
Brent Favre?
Just let me tell you the story. Just let me tell you the story. How about that?
Do you smile at your grandkids playing in the pool and then gently grab your wife's loving hand?
I'm not that old, and I don't have a kid. I don't have a wife, so or grandkids, or
Oh,
kids for that matter.
I don't think he was getting it, but okay.
Oh, I get it. You're just being creepy.
No, these are references to erectile dysfunction commercials.
Oh yeah, well true. But no, the story is funny as hell, and then we can just get right back into it.
I mean, it should have been done over break, but okay.
Um, I was at my cousin's kid's birthday party, and the
Oh,
kids
my
love
elbows.
the movie Frozen, right? So she's in her room, Frozen's playing, you know, and on the TV in the living room, an ED commercial on, while in the background, coming from her, the song "Let It Go" is playing.
Lol?
Exactly, ED commercial plus "Let It Go," perfect.
That's not right. That's not right.
It's pretty funny.
It is, but it's not right.
Things don't have to be right to be funny.
True. Anyway, and Cookie. So yeah, but yeah, Cookie jumps down with a clear lock of your hair, and just happily saunts off to the cooking pot.
Well, I had an ED joke going, but the other day I had to deal with a shooting victim. He was shot in the Collins.
Ooh.
I think he'll be needing some ED pills.
Presuming he didn't bisect his dick,
No, missed the dick.
just right into the testicles.
You know, it went. The guy was shot him from behind, so it kind of went through. It blew apart his butt crack and hit his balls and blew up one of his balls.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ah.
45 caliber.
Yeah, no, his ball is gone.
Yeah, you're not
His
gonna
kids are gonna walk funny.
you're not gonna have any kids.
Yeah, I
His
doubt he'll have kids.
his current kids are going to walk funny. Just out of sympathy pain. Either way, Cookie walks off with a lock of your hair. And
I'm
goes.
sure he can't do anything nefarious with that.
He just stuffs it into his apron pocket and starts cooking.
I'm not too sure if I like that, but obviously I can't do anything. 'Cause, yeah.
I can actually get you the proper name of his race, actually. Cause...
Well, you did sort of describe him as like a goblin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he's
he
goblinoid.
is a specific goblin. I'm trying to remember what it is called, but I've just referred to it as a night goblin. Aquin, I would assume you and Cookie have gotten close enough that he would reveal. Oh yeah, basically, I'm not going to do the voice because I'm looking through shit and focusing. But he would
Okay.
reveal that he is from the Shadow Fae,
Oh,
That's cool.
at least originally, and that he's been
He's a
working for.
darkling, is what you're trying to say.
No, it is from Creature Codex from Kobold Press.
Oh, I don't have that one.
Yeah, but
My games are very D&D Beyond based, so anything I add, I have to add in by myself. So I've been meaning to get the Monsters in Codex. I've been meaning to get that from Cobalt Press.
it's you could bludgeon somebody to death with this, and it would be worth it. Because that you could write a campaign with this book alone. I've actually been tempted to just use this book alone, but I'll find what he is later. But either way, yeah, Cookie goes off and just starts cooking, as he usually does. His name, for if you want...
Souffles are magnificent.
If only they wouldn't fall!
What?
If only they wouldn't fall! But yes,
Well, I can continue my. I go to finish my preparations for each G to be presentable to a crowd.
right. For those that want to know how to spell Cookie's name, it is Koocy.
Thank you.
I looked at awkward source and like, oh, he didn't put anything about Cookie. I should probably tell him how to spell it.
I had it spelled in my notes as just cookie.
No, he's not human, so he heard, oh, a cook. I know how to spell that, and was wrong.
And so his name is literally just he's a cook. But it's
Yeah.
wrong. Got it.
He's like, oh, I know how to make cookies. Here. But yeah, he just...
Then completely butchers the
Yeah. Yeah, he's not the brightest, but he knows how to make a good fucking meal. But yes, you are now left in a Tower of a Wizard, along with Acades, who is also still finishing off her cake.
Well,
Really?
I mean, presumably you were still sitting there eating the last piece of cake, yeah?
I thought she would have been, like, out somewhere.
Didn't you? No, you already did the. You already did the thing for the church.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and that all happened. So yeah, you're just happily leaning against the counter with cake in your hand.
Okay, I guess she just actually didn't pay any attention to anything else but cake.
Cake.
So yeah, she just mentioned
Munch, 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 munch.
peacefully because Bob isn't around.
Huh?
Bob isn't there, right?
No, not that you can say.
So she just be calm, right?
Acadius
you
seems
would
odd.
see him. I mean, he is a big thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So what do you guys do?
One thing is, I should probably find a way to secure some lodging. As far as I know, I have no room.
Oh,
You're
we have plenty of room here. You are a good friend. Come, I will take you to your room.
Wait, didn't you already leave?
Oh, that's right. I'm gone. Never mind.
He's just really desperate to make friends.
Yes, I am.
Aquin from the fourth floor comes running down the stairs, hearing an opportunity to socialize. Just tumbling. He's not even running. He's just pulled himself into his. He ran towards the stairs, jumped, and pulled himself into his shell, and just thumped all the way down the stairs, in hopes that he would make it in time. For it to be an awkward pause before his arrival.
No, my bad. All right, I completely forgot about that.
It's alright. I like the image.
That was a pretty
If you want to take 5 points of damage, I will allow you to do that.
I'm good.
This one? Running?
Are you? No, he jumped down the stairs and just went. No, he could have, but he didn't want to take the damage.
And he wouldn't have Naruto. He wouldn't be Naruto running.
He'd be Naruto tumbling down the stairs like an autist.
But
I actually would picture it more of him skipping across the stairs like a stone across the water.
I was
It's
thinking more of like a Koopa soldier from Mario, and I'd be like sliding down the stairs.
I was more thinking something more chaotic. Because you're a giant turtle in a freaking spiraling stairwell. You'd be bouncing off the walls, just cluttering and fucking flipping all over the place. Either way, Acades and Madril, you're both in a room. You're both in the kitchen with Cookie.
okay.
cake. Oh, fuck, people!
Just looks at Module and she says, "How do you do?"
You can tell she's very social IRL.
I know, right?
Shut up.
I'm doing right. Where?
That's good for you. Slides out of the kitchen. She's
Just
also out of her armor, by the way.
she just T-poses and flies away.
No.
It's just so obvious. But yeah. So yeah, she just slides away. I don't know how she slides, but she just does.
Alex,
Obviously,
getting out
so
of the
obviously
room.
not gonna be a help.
Yeah, clearly she's just a really helpful individual, ain't she?
Huh?
Almost NPC level helpful.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. You know what I should probably do? I should probably make an insight check to see if I can see it.
Sure.
Since she was out of her armor, she said.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Right? Nope, that wrong one.
You scare the shit out of her. But luckily she wasn't looking.
Look, I'm trying to touchscreen, dude. Right, look.
It's fine. I'm just fucking with you.
Insight something.
Any mistakes are made fun of. Simple as that, and then they aren't really canon. Either way, she appears to be human. Nice hair, but... Well, actually, Katie's, describe yourself.
She is white. Well, her skin is actually fairly light. Oh god. She has light blonde hair and amber colored eyes, and they kind of have an odd tinted glow to them. But other than that, she doesn't really stand out other than like a weird glow to her.
Some would say she's absolutely glowing with motherhood.
God damn it. I didn't. The glow was just like an unnatural thing about her appearance. Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, she looks human.
She's a little short. Especially when she's out of her armor, actually.
Dale's fault, Dale's fault, Dale's fault, Dale's fault. But yes, that's what she looks like. But you cannot gather any information off of her other than that she looks human. Bit glowy, but human. Not unattractive, but human. Maldred belches in defiance.
That was not. That was.
Maldred, now identifying as a creature named me, belches in defiance.
Why did you say Baldred?
I don't know.
Maldred.
Maudril, sorry. I was thinking of your evil twin, Maldred. He has a mustache.
No,
And yes, it's curled.
Insert stereotypical villain laugh here.
So go on. What do you do? You said you need to find lodgings. Wait, first of all, did you announce that you need to find lodgings, or are you just thinking it?
I did ask her, but
She just kind of stared and said, "So, how's it going?" Because clearly she's a socialite.
You don't know how long I've been holding off. I wanted to laugh about that because you did ask her. She was just like, "So, how's it going?" She completely ignored you.
no. She said, "How do you do?" And I said, I'm doing well, but I am wondering where I can find some lodging."
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
And then she just
Slid away, as she says.
I didn't hear.
Just awkwardly, well.
I'll tell him that he can stay here.
I love how everyone just assumes that.
What else is he supposed to do?
Nah, go on, it's fine.
Sorry, just annoying.
Yeah, it's fine. Yes, she informs you that, to her opinion, you could stay here. Presumably follow up with, I mean, we are, so.
well,
Hmm?
I asked if she knew if there was where a specific that would be available for stay in here.
Why is the tavern full of people Naruto running?
Okay. They can speak now without interruption. He will offer. Well, like she'll offer to show him upstairs where the rooms are.
Do you follow?
Yes, yes.
As you walk past the skeleton in the rocking chair, just follows you with its head.
Okay. Try to his best to ignore if it doesn't weirdly.
You don't happen to speak abyssal or infernal, do you?
No,
Okay.
common and celestial only.
Eh. Okay. Well then, as you lead them up the stairs, Acades, you pass by the second floor, which is the door that's closed. I forget. Did you explore that or no?
No, just me. I'm the only one's gone up beyond the second.
Was it the plant room?
Yes, that was the plant room.
Yeah. Then we went in there and we come to
Yeah.
that.
Then you went to the uh, third floor. I almost went British for a second and said second. Yeah. Then you go to the third floor, which I believe was the library. And then you went to the fourth floor, which is the dormitories. Well, the stairway you're walking up, by the way, is a completely roundabout staircase. Uh, Roughly the entry room levels of depth to it, like of a width to it, at least. Just rounding about itself continuously for a bit. Every now and again, there would be a platform that maybe like 4 or 5 people could stand on at a time, and just a simple door. Presumably, you guys don't stop to check out any of the other rooms, right? Although Aquin, you are in the library, so that door would be open. You would spot a massive library, uh, and Aquin sitting at the end of said library, working on something on a table.
Well, that was the book. The library would catch his eventually. He can actually get
I mean,
you
you're
know
walking
it.
past it. You can easily just drop in.
Yeah, but he wants to actually know where the actual room is.
Okay. But eventually, you guys, I'll pull up the descriptor for that later if I can remember it or not, which is why I record things. But yes, you go to the floor above that, the fourth floor. Yes. Fourth? Fifth, I apologize. The fifth floor, I believe. Unless I'm mistaken. Am I mistaken? I got lost in thought. Hello?
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 What, it was, well, I said the library was on the fourth floor, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so it's the fifth floor that has the dormitories. I apologize. So you guys meet to the fifth floor, and there's simply a hallway with several doors at the on either side of it. About 7 of them. Like Hades,
Yep.
you have reached the dormitory floor. What next?
Just pick a room, I guess. One of the free ones.
There are
She'll
7.
point out the ones that are taken.
She points to the first 2 near the door, and then she points to one that has a large dragon head outside of it.
I'm gonna avoid the one with the dragon head on it. That's safe.
Well, I don't say it's like out. Like when I say outside of it, I mean directly across the hall from it.
Again, kind of doesn't seem safe. So I would take the other available.
Okay. So another room gets occupied. For the record, the other party that is inhabiting the same world as you at the same time, all of them are cramped into one room.
Why would they all cram into
That's their own stupid fault.
Stupid, yeah, because Tim hasn't been informed of what you guys are doing.
Blame his minion.
Yeah, we told his minions. His minions are the ones who said to go into the room.
Either way, yeah, that's antics for another hour. But yes, the room is completely and utterly crap. Well, it looks like it hasn't been lived in for at least 20 years. There are cobwebs all over the freaking place, about an inch of dust on the floors. There's a queen size bed, surprisingly. A bit of a bit eaten up by moths. An empty fireplace, a window that looks directly out into the city. There is also, give me a sec. There's also a dresser drawer and a bureau. The standing closets, and a writing desk with chair. However, it is a fight to get in because it is filled with cobwebs and dust.
Do I notice any critters?
Perception.
Considering the fact that there's all these spider webs, I wouldn't be surprised if there were.
You don't spot anything. At least alive.
Okay. Put his backpack next to the bed.
You start carving through shit to get to the bed. Yeah. It's
Okay.
not that thick, but for comedic sake, it is.
You're just doing it for comedics.
Yeah. It takes you 3 days to reach the bed. At least you believe it to be the bed. You're not sure where you are anymore.
Oh
You haven't seen your
God.
friends or family in what feels like millennia. No, not really. You just wave your arm in front of you a few times and you're pretty much good to go.
Okay.
The dust kind of sucks. You might want to open a window, though.
Is there a window?
Yes, there is a window.
Okay. After he puts his backpack
You just let out a giant phew of... Actually, hold on. Let me roll that actually up there. Yeah. Oh, fuck. So you open the window just in time for a large breeze to come sweeping through your room and throwing the dust everywhere. But most of it goes out the window, luckily. Sadly, you are in front of the window.
So I get it covered in.
You get just caked all behind you in dust. Luckily, you have a hood, so none of it goes into your face.
Or hair.
Yeah. However, your whites are now completely soiled. Your white cloak is now a nice deep gray.
Great. It's gonna take forever to get clean.
Or, prestidigitation.
I don't actually think I have that.
You don't. Because I went over your spells with you. You didn't grab prestidigitation.
One of the best spells in the game, prestidigitation.
Yeah. Can warlocks know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could have picked, but I didn't.
Oh well. Better luck next time, bitch. But yes, I'm assuming you take the cleaning up, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, after like I'd say about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes of just straight up cleaning. Just shirt off cleaning, working up a sweat cleaning. You eventually get it livable, at least. So like the dust is all out the window. Some poor family is suffocating underneath of it. There's a spider that's eating one of the survivors. It's no, not really. But luckily, your room is now clean. At least the room that you have claimed to be yours is clean.
Why do I not like the way you said that?
Well, yeah.
It gives me, as a player, a very bad feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. I do that sometimes.
I should probably now, since freaking clothes build, try to find a thing, water, try to heat it up.
I'm back, baby.
All right, there's there where nobody has found you. You just been kind of wandering the city alone.
For 2 days.
Actually, no, wait. You went to the tavern. I thought, yeah.
You didn't
Yeah,
kill me while I was
land
away, did you?
Oh yeah, I fucking skinned you alive by Ratman. Nah, you're fine. You're still in the city. So.
The crazy old hag ate him.
Actually, no. I'm pretty sure Shadok and the Hag are on good terms.
Sounds like we get along.
Either way, uh, right, Shadok. I forgot you haven't really. I'm trying to remember how. Right. No, this is your first time in the city too, actually. Fuck. Right. Okay then. So you have no idea where anyone is.
Well, that's what I said. I was either gonna look for him or have some sweet buns.
Yeah. So you basically sink about 2 gold into sweet rolls, into nice cakes, just waiting for somebody to show up, and nobody shows up.
Well, time to go for a wander then, I think.
All right. Go ahead. Roll me investigation.
Coming up.
I'm gonna try and catch Shadok up really quick, guys.
What was your rolling for?
Investigation to try and figure out where the fuck everyone is.
That's not gonna be good.
Probably not.
It's a -1.
Dump stats, everybody! Yay!
So, what, do I notice anything, or I just don't give a shit?
You have to roll.
Didn't I already roll? I didn't. Pretty sure
It
I didn't.
didn't ping, at least. Yeah, not on my screen. I don't see it.
I just did it again.
I'll take a look at my enormous penis, and my troubles just melt away. Let's see. I'm reloading. Maybe. Oh, goddamn! Why is this music playing? Get out of here. Has that music been playing this entire time?
What music?
I
Okay,
haven't heard any music.
good. It's like just as soon as I got on, I just started hearing. Get the fuck out of here.
I haven't heard any music ever.
Okay, just making sure. I wasn't sure if it was. I guess it's just me. Which I'm okay with that if it's just me. Yeah, no, you have not rolled anything yet, Jadok.
Pressed it twice, but I'll try again.
There you go. Now it popped.
What
2.
button?
You rolled a 2.
Okay, there you go.
You spot. You have no idea where your friends could be. You just start wandering around the city.
At least he didn't roll a natural.
I mean, you do hear the call of something. Just.
I just don't give a shit. I get it.
Actually, I can do the full thing, but I'll just cover up the mic.
Yeah, well, I don't care about that.
I had covered the mic so it wouldn't pick it up too badly.
Oh, that was
I don't care about that.
Alright, so you just wandered in the city some more. Roll me another investigation. Jesus fuck. Nope, all you can hear is the cackling of some old crazy lady.
Well, I still don't care, so I'm just gonna keep wandering around, I guess.
Alright, go ahead.
Well, if I go wandering around, someone else's turn.
Okay, fine with me.
Unless you got something for me.
Give me you know what? I'll say you spend about the better half of 3 hours wandering. Give me a perception check. God damn it. Alright, so you don't notice anything. Cool. Cool. You don't notice any clouds of dust being sprayed out of any towers anywhere.
It's either that or I just don't care.
I guess not.
With as much dust as it was, I'm sure you would have noticed whether you cared or not.
With a 6, you don't.
Well,
He just wasn't looking in the right direction at the right time. So
yeah.
he was looking off to the left when he should have looked to the right or straight ahead.
Or up.
Or well, while you're walking, you do get hit with a massive amount of dirt and dust, though, and you don't know why.
I still don't care. Just continuing walking. None of my business.
Okay. All right then. Which one of you guys would like to? I'll say Aquin. Let's see how you're doing. Give me a dex check to see how well you're wrapping this boy. Unless you can convince me of a different role. Aquin. Aquin.
Oh man.
Aquin. Doesn't have... Aquin. Okay, Acades. Acades, what are you up to?
I guess you had kind of looked around because actually, what time of day is it?
It's around midday. By yourself?
Depends. Who else are you around?
Let me roll for it. Bob and Pluck, because they are the only two that stay in the tower with you, NPC wise.
Yeah, but I think maybe they are probably somewhere.
Nah, they're just, you know, sitting ass.
Hmm.
Pluck is awake though.
Who? Pluck or Bub?
Huh?
Pluck or Bub?
Pluck.
Can I official peek into their room?
You see that Bob appears to be teaching Pluck how to play cards.
Are they are they having fun?
They appear to be, so yes. At least at first glance, unless you want to roll insight.
No, it's fine. She'll just like back up and she'll.
The father and son are having fun.
She doesn't want to bother them, so she's gonna back off and she's just gonna leave the tower by herself.
Ooh, wandering the streets of a city alone.
As a woman.
As a woman.
She has
Without armor on.
yeah. She'll like put her arm on before she walks.
Okay, so you walk out the tower. Aquin, let's see how well you're dressing up your skelly boy. Give me either a dex or you can try to convince me for a different check. But a dex check would be the standard. Unless you can convince me otherwise.
Let me think for a second. Well, I am dressing him up like a leopard. I believe a medicine check would work because doctors would be the ones who would be dressing wounds of the falling off skin.
I will accept this argument. Roll it! You do quite a good job with a 20. You do a very good job. You bandage up his arms and limbs and everything properly enough. You even give him a nice cowl and a... Well, actually, no, you don't give him a cowl. You have the hat for that, so... But regardless...
Excellent.
Yes, you dress him properly. And you do it with a bit of time to walk around if you wanted to.
I want to have a cow.
Hey! Jubot's here.
Oh my god.
Orissa!
That transvestite showed up.
Orissa's here!
I've been busy.
Yeah, work's been fucking murdering you.
Um,
You just waking up or what?
oh no, I've been up for a few hours now.
Well, we've been gaming for a few hours.
I figured, yeah, I know, I'm not, I can come back anyway.
Yeah, you can.
No I can't.
What'd you do?
What do you mean, I have like a single Monday off.
Oh,
And
that
that's
sucks.
only because I'm injured.
Fuck.
And
Well,
I gotta fix my bike. Isn't that nice?
yeah. They gave you a good single day to fucking get everything sorted.
That's right.
Seriously, argue for better hours, man. Come on.
Um,
What are you, a woman?
I start working at 5. Gotta live home at 4.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's alright though.
Money's money.
That's right.
Either way, let's get back to it. I currently have you negotiating your price with no evidence with the Drow Queen. The rest of them have decided to leave you behind.
And
they
picked up a
Yes.
stray.
And they picked up a stray. And brought him home. And decided, hey, we can stay in Tim's tower.
And the turtle
No.
molested me. And the turtle molested me.
Oh yeah, he got molested.
I
You know what?
searched for weapons.
You know what? Watch the VOD. Just watch the VOD. It'll explain things a lot more accurately.
Yeah, I don't have time to show up. I do have time to watch like 15 hours of D&D.
I mean, you're standing on ass. You can at least listen to it. You know we do theater of the mind. Don't you just stand on your ass all day? Not stand on your ass.
Yeah, I'm standing on my ass. That's right. I have these strange contraptions called legs.
Yes, you sit. You stand on your ass meat with your ass meat on these legs of yours.
He has a chair that just happens to just look like 2 legs.
He doesn't have any legs.
That's why I'm so short. That's why I'm 5'8". I've been robbed of my legs. I
Alright.
should have been like 6'7".
Alright. Love to see it, but we gotta get back to this, alright? Because we are live.
Yeah.
Alright. So, yes. You finally clean up your room. Katie's, you're going out alone. Correct?
Yeah, it's midday.
Midday. Still dark.
Is it?
But, dark. It's like, think like 6 p.m. Midday.
You said
That's not midday. Midday's about noon.
Okay, fine. It's noon then. I'll say it's noon.
You said it was noon before. You said it in a different way. It's called midday.
I'm tired. Bite me. I got distracted.
Six. Then you said 6, which is basically evening.
Could be one of those places
if it
where
was evening, she wouldn't have gone out.
Either way, you're heading out,
We must
correct?
live on the time dateline.
We live on whatever fucking time I say it is.
Well, yeah.
I am your god. The sun is on top of you. Roll to survive. Don't worry about it. I don't give a fuck. Basically. I'm technically all the gods, and then the characters that aren't the gods. Or the players that are trying to become gods. Either way. So you're going to head up by yourself. Okay, noted. Aquin, you're bandaging your mummy. Right?
Leper.
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought he was finished with it.
Yes, you bandage your leper. What? Where's this one? This is... Okay, this is mine. Right, cool. Okay. Why the fuck did it close everything? Hold on. I gotta fucking arrange things because my thing was like, oh, do anything. Madril, what are you doing?
Well, as I had mentioned, I'm going to try to find something I can use water and a basin to wash my clothes so they're not covered in dust and soot.
Alright, where do you begin to look?
First around in my room, see if there's anything in the room that would actually have water.
You do spot a bronzed pot off in the corner.
Then again,
Hmm.
maybe I should try to. Yeah. Sorry, I'm mulling about in my head.
Alright. Want me to continue on without you? It's your choice.
Yeah, go on with it. Go on ahead.
Alright. Acades, you head out on your own. Do you head to anywhere specific, or are you just gonna fucking wander around?
Just walking.
Just walking? Any place specific, or no? Just making your way downtown?
There's nowhere in mind. It's just something to pass the time.
Alright, sure. Roll me a perception check. What the fuck, baby?
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh, 22.
No, that's not happening. Natural 20. You do spot a lone Gith walking through the streets, appearing to be lost.
Do I
They're a few blocks away, so it's kind of hard to tell, but they are a Gith.
And I've only seen like one gith ever, right?
Yep.
Okay, I guess I'll approach it close.
Okay. Still a Gith. As you get closer, at least from the back, they look like a Gith Yankee. Or they look like a Gith. They're wearing a bit of a longer. They're wearing a bit of a long cloak, but their head's exposed, and it's definitely a Gith head.
She should be able to recognize the cloak.
Yeah, I don't remember Judok was wearing it, but
Yeah. And you can't metagame either.
Just helping out an inexperienced player.
No, I was saying if Jadok was listening, he's not allowed to metagame.
okay. I'm guessing it's not.
You only know one Gith, right?
Yeah.
You could always, in theory, call out the name and be an option.
I guess so.
I mean, you're about like 12 feet away from them, so.
You know, I will say that she's curious since she's only seen one gith before, so she will approach and tap them on the shoulder.
They turn around and stare at you. Istra vuskitoskit. It is not Jadok. As you look at the man, he's a bit taller by an inch or two, shaved head, a bit of a goatee that's split on both sides of his chin and braid together at the bottom, at the very tips of it. Different set of tattoos over his right eye, and also he's missing most of his left arm that's replaced with what appears to be metal.
Okay. She will she'll say sorry and do it for someone else.
Someone else.
Yeah, I have a friend who looks just like you.
He grabs his chin inquisitively with his mechanical hand. A Gith? In the city?
He thinks so.
What kind?
What do you mean, what kind?
What kind of Gith?
I don't
He says, taking a step towards you.
kind. So you're the only other one I've seen in my entire life.
He hisses quietly. Right. Do you know their name?
Jedi? Okay, maybe I should have said that.
Why would you keep here?
It's not like there's two different type of Gif Yankee and Gizaki that eternally hate each other and kill each other on sight.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's not like that's a thing.
Yeah, that's totally a thing.
Shatak.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. It's nothing like that.
What does he use as a weapon? I don't know.
Probably, anything he can get his hands on, if memory serves, more or less.
Arcades, what does Jadok use as a weapon?
I'm trying to remember. Can I do history?
Sure.
Or maybe I'll just shrug and say I don't know. 10.
I mean, you've seen him use a bow and a sword.
But I can't be sure.
You're not sure which one he prefers now.
Okay, she'll just say
He's going to take a step closer, closing the distance entirely. He is a considerable height more than you.
He's gonna take a step back.
He's going to pursue. What do they use?
I don't know, mister. Getting kind of creepy.
It is very important that I know what they use. Does he use his hands? Does he use a sword? Does he use an arrow? What? He is staying on top of you.
He uses a lot of things.
He's going to grab you by the shoulders. What is your armor class? He's going to attempt a grapple to keep you in place.
Can I not move out of the way? So
Give me, yeah, he's going to first try to see if he can make the grapple. 17 will hit. Give me athletics or acrobatics of your choice to oppose him. He beat you by 1. So you're grappled and held in place.
I guess I'm feeling threatened right now.
Yeah, but that might be a
Yeah,
good
what was
idea.
your first clue?
I see you looking at your spells.
Shut up.
DM can do that.
I can. I can see all of your shits. In fact, I have all 4 of your sheets open on my fucking screen right now. Yeah, it's amazing having a computer.
Okay, I'm gonna try talking down. Hey, would you mind letting me go? I'd hate to do anything to you.
He's going to say something in a language you don't understand.
I guess so.
That definitely sounds threatening.
You don't know. You haven't heard Jadok speak his native tongue. Maybe he's speaking friendly.
Those goddamn
Wait
immigrants
a minute.
ruining this country.
I don't think he's ever said a friendly thing to any of these characters once in his life.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not even sure James knows his character can speak more than common.
I've informed him he does.
No, I know he can speak it because he's asked Inquiries about speaking other languages before.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, I know
I might have not
Elvish,
been here for that.
apparently.
Hey, there he is. Why don't we just ask him?
There's the filthy immigrant.
Yeah.
I've been the higher the whole time. I was just waiting.
He's from a penal colony.
Oh, he was just being polite, guys.
Either way.
Sitting here listening, it was funny.
It was funny.
Either way. You're currently being strong-armed, held by very strong arms. You're being held in place by very strong arms, Acades.
You're being manhandled.
Essentially, yes.
Oh my.
That sounded very porno.
That's.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Aquan hasn't played much with Ulrich too much to know that this is just Ulrich.
Yeah, this is just over.
This is Ulrich when he used to enjoy playing D&D before he got a job.
Okay.
And then he immediately wanted to kill himself. Don't do it, Ulrissa. We love you.
Aggressive. Like it's only burning ones.
You're gonna use burning hands on him?
Yeah.
That's right. That's a breaker grapple, don't they?
Well, my hands are free, right?
I mean, they're kind of holding you by your forearm, shoulder area. Give me a sec.
But my hands can
Wait.
move.
Forearm, shoulder. I think the two are quite far apart.
Oh, I'm tired, man. My brain's not logiking right now. Alright, go. I'm gonna say go ahead and try to make the attack.
I need to actually.
Yeah. Oh, he has to make a dex save. Okay, easy enough for him.
3d6.
Against your safe of 12. Yeah, he beats that shit.
I haven't rolled it yet.
Yeah, he did. 3d6, you rolled a 4, a 1, and a 4.
Okay.
So he's going to take half of that and only take 4 burning damage.
And at least 3.
You burnt off his cloak, but his one arm, if when recoils, his mechanical one stays sunk into your arm.
I'm gonna fucking bash it with my shield or something.
You don't have a shield.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, she does.
Yes,
She
I
bought
do.
me.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot she bought a replacement. Fuck, my bad.
Yeah, you don't have to put on your
You
face.
should
Bitch.
have known what weapon I use, damn it.
Do you have it sheathed though?
Right, you didn't bring it with you, did you?
If I brought my armor, I would have brought my weapons too, but I'm not an idiot.
Oh no, you're kind of stupid.
Yeah, sure you are, though.
Alright,
Yeah,
either way. So, are you going to try and engage this man in a fight? Is that what I'm hearing?
I just wanted to stop being a creep.
And what I'm hearing, am I hearing the call for initiative?
Oh.
Are we?
Is that what this is?
No. I never said anything, Ryan. I'm not doing that. I'm alone.
Fair enough. So, you're going to make an attack on him or what?
I just wanted to let go of me.
Alright, sure. Go ahead and give me a... I'd say athletics or acrobatics. To try and break out of his hold still.
Oh. 23.
Yeah, that'll break. You managed to get free finally. Now what do you do? You spend your action getting free.
Wait, what? People around us, by the way?
A few.
Are they, like, watching?
None that seem like they would want to interfere.
Would you like them to, Katie? So you do that sort of thing?
No.
I want them to help.
Not that I judge, but
I want them to help him.
Wondering what they were doing.
Most of them seem to just be minding their own business. A lot of people that do notice just kind of quickly put their heads down and continue on their way.
Deception?
Deception?
Perception.
Sure. What are you looking for?
a good Samaritan.
Check my surroundings.
Sure, go for it.
13.
You spot the tower a couple of blocks away. You think it could take you a bit, but you could be there in less than a minute.
I don't think I should run, though.
It's your choice. That's all you're able to really spot before he's back in your face, going to make another attempt at grappling you.
I'm gonna take out my weapon, then.
Alright, give me athletics or acrobatics.
Please. Okay. 20.
You manage to swat his hands away this time. Like he goes to try and grab you again, to try and throw you somewhere, but presumably, but you manage to like fend off his hands with your blade and shield. I just want to know what he uses.
Maybe I'd maybe I'd try and remember to stop being so aggressive.
I'm not being aggressive. You're refusing to cooperate.
No, you're being aggressive.
No, this would be aggressive. And he draws his silver sword. And he draws his silver blade. And he's going to take a lunge at you.
I'm gonna block it with my shield.
You manage to block it with your shield, actually. Yeah, he doesn't manage to pierce you, AC. But it is a pretty heavy strike, so. But not damaging.
I'm strong.
For now.
You're not being aggressive, right? You just attack me, the lunatic.
I was demonstrating what aggression is.
I like this guy.
The Gith are straightforward people.
Gith are
Russian, apparently.
Gith are a warrior species.
Very much so.
Someone else's turn.
Yeah.
No, it's all yours.
Oh, yeah.
Arcadis is being culturally insensitive to this poor immigrant. Do you know how long he's been through customs just to get to this place?
Yes, but he's a further immigrant. He comes from space.
Yeah, he literally comes from another dimension.
Hunger and sleep does not exist where I'm from.
Hunger and sleep do not exist where he is from, you insensitive bigot.
Now we're just evolving to insulting people for the color of the skin, huh, Katie? Alright.
Are you trying to say they all look alike as well?
Oh, how dare you.
Fucking guys, I can't believe we've been playing with a fucking racist.
Fucking disgusting is what this is.
Ugh.
Alright, carry on, you bigot.
Go on, you fucking racist.
You just figured this out now?
Ugh, I can't believe I was thinking of proposing to you.
You know things are bad when James is calling someone a bigot.
Yep. Either way, bigot, come on, go.
I'm not that bad, you damn wetback.
You know what? Fuck it, I'll just give Jiraku.
Alright, so what are you gonna tell him?
See, it's either a bow or a sword. I don't remember which one.
Just
Which?
pick one.
That's what she said to him.
He's going to pull back his blade and just stand there like nothing's happened. Rub his chin a bit.
What's our equivalent of Jesus?
It depends who you worship.
Jesus? I love Jesus.
I mean, if you worship,
We're in an actual physical polyolithic world, so there is no equivalent.
I guess if you wanna, yeah, there's a sun god, so.
Yeah, we shouldn't really.
It also depends on what your variation of Christianity you follow, because some Christianities follow that Jesus is one and the same with God, and some follow that
We're not
it's a
getting
separate
into
entity.
the D&D, it's already going enough.
Yeah, let's.
I'm just okay. She'll just say gods, and she'll just.
Gods, damn it.
He's gonna go back home.
Are you going to run?
He's like stopped attacking. So.
For the time being, yeah.
Okay, I was waiting to see what he does next. Then got my shield up for some.
Where is he?
Somewhere in the city.
He's going to take a step towards you, sword still in hand. Where?
Do you think if I knew where you were, I wouldn't have bothered you?
Remember, I did tell the group I was going to sell something.
Alright, metagaming Jesus.
Yes, that is total metagaming, dude.
It's her fault if she doesn't pay attention.
Okay.
Well, no, I knew he did that at some point. I forgot.
She's just making up excuses for being racist.
Ugh, such a bigot.
Oh, you're all sexist. How about
I'll have you know.
Because your gender is inferior. That's not my fault. Sounds like something you.
Also, Tyr identifies as a woman in game.
That's right. And
boy with a
who was the one? Who was the one? Remind me, Brian. Who was it who imposed this cruel fate on me? Was it perhaps Achilles?
Yep.
I have been fully accepted of his gender reality.
The entire party has, all except for Arcades, who snickers and laughs.
and me, who's completely oblivious.
Yeah, but he doesn't know any better.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Laughing when we met thingy.
Let me tell you the tale of Ulrich. Okay, so
All right, now we can get sidetracked later. Come on.
All right.
We have to solve this situation now.
Just call me Thingy.
He said, "Do you think
You are a
if I knew
thingy.
where he was, I would have bothered you?"
How do I know that you aren't simply trying to find me?
Come again?
How do I know you simply weren't trying to find me for them?
Because I haven't seen them since we arrived back here.
Insight. Natural 20. He believes you.
No.
He knows that you are not lying. Where are you staying? He puts his sword to your throat. Where are you staying?
I've got a shield in front of me, Brian.
Yeah, but he hasn't made an attack. He's just making a threat. He's going to roll intimidation. 19 plus his stats.
Do I not get a chance to counter?
Sure. What do you want? I get? Well,
How do you counter intimidation?
I guess charisma saving throw.
I think it's like a wisdom check or something like that. Because I know
Yeah.
it used to be a will check, but unfortunately.
I have been thinking about incorporating
I'm
will
actually
back.
glad they did away with will check. And it's also, if you want to counter intimidation, would be a wisdom save.
Alright, wisdom save then.
Wisdom's basically wisdom/intelligence is basically your new will.
You are scared shitless.
No.
You feel your armor get 5 pounds heavier. That cake went through you quite quickly.
Also, don't eat that, Brian.
You feel your armor get
No.
wet with a strange warm liquid.
Hot lemonade. Anyway, Arcades.
Again.
Arcades. You are afraid of this man. What do you tell them? God damn it. This bitch. Give me a sec.
Give me a second.
Well, we'll cut to somebody else then. Unless she's ready. But we'll see. Jadok. Ulrich. Roll me a wisdom saving throw as you're currently having your cock and balls stepped on.
Sure. Where's Ulrich? There we go. Wisdom save. 20.
You hold in your excitement as best as you can.
Yeah.
The stiletto of the high heel digs right in there too. Like you're feeling them being pushed apart and just manipulated entirely.
That's a bit extreme. Almost as extreme as that one guy shoved his hand all the way to his elbow into my mouth. Remember that?
Yes.
That was fun.
That was recorded.
I had to speak with a Scottish accent while holding my tongue out in real life.
Relax, baby. Anyway. Okay, well, she seems ready now. Now, what do you tell them, Acades? Bitch. Now, talk. Come on. People talk. People talk. Come on. Don't type. I'm not going to read your messages anymore. Come on.
I broke the man this game, so I don't want to hear any embarrassment.
What?
Said my character broke the man this game. I don't want to hear her being embarrassed.
Exactly.
Right? Grabbed my nuts and tried to pull them out of my pants.
And that's called role playing, my friends.
So come on. Speak, woman. Speak.
Ulrich still had the worst.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, aren't you dealing with a drow queen?
You're currently being interrogated, not by the queen herself, but she is watching.
Raped by the queen.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's having his
what
way
was
with
Ulrich
before.
doing?
Yes, you're being raped by the queen of the drow. She's not being gentle either.
Don't you know you don't mess with female drow? They're the worst.
What did I do?
Especially when they're in heat.
You fear your prostate will never be the same.
Wait,
I
prostate has nothing
don't
to do with
even
balls.
know how things got to this, because the last time I was playing, we were making our escape from the mushroom cave.
No, you guys were fighting mushrooms, yeah. But,
Yeah.
We killed them all?
presumably. You guys haven't finished that combat just yet, because I still haven't given you the magic items from that yet. I was kind of hoping Ulrich would eventually join so we could finish that. Because you guys wanted all of your players there.
Oh wait, did you guys make a whole new campaign just for me?
We
No.
skipped through time.
We're about like 2 or so. We're basically
you're,
travel
you're
time.
presuming it won't be a TPK.
Well, now we know it won't because we have the
That's
time
so
has been
cute.
written already.
Time can always divert.
Don't worry, you have.
She left.
So what's happening with Katie's in this?
She left. Give me a sec.
The whole soiled pants thing embarrassed her.
The whole. Wait. Okay. So new person. I don't know who you are, and I don't really care. But let me tell you the tale of Ulrich.
The transvestite dwarf.
An idiot transvestite dwarf. We have to make that clear.
I'm not too sure I
He's
like the
not-
fact that you said you don't care.
Don't worry,
I
he's German,
don't
it's
care,
okay.
So I mean.
His gun always
I'm
goes
not
off in his face.
German. What the hell?
I said that on purpose just to be mean. He's not.
Yeah, I was.
He's a
being
German
confused.
dwarf.
Why? I mean, because I know you said that before, and I had to correct you. I wasn't sure.
Because I keep on saying it because it's just a joke.
It's just a prank, bro.
He's Israeli. He's cool.
I did not hit her. I swear.
I did not. Oh hi, Mark.
Oh hi, Mark.
How is your sex life?
Oh, hi.
I'll give it two.
Oh my God.
Guys, we're recording. Come on.
The movie, right? He did actually say, "How is your sex life?"
Look, I cannot talk about business. Anyway, it is too personal. Anyway, how's your sex life? It went from I can't talk about bank details to how's your sex life? Because one of those was too personal.
Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, how's your sex at?
But yeah, apparently.
Right, so what was I about to say?
How's your sex?
Oh, right. So Ulrich. Right. So basically, here's the story of when
You can
Ulrich
walk
and
over
the
there.
gang met Aquin. So, what was it? You came looking for us, right, Aquin?
Yes, I did. I came looking for you because I came to assist the people who are helping the necromancer.
Right. And the first person you met was Akiti.
Yes, I gave her a hug and I looted her backpack.
Yeah. And you know, he was just going around and looking through her stuff and having no regard for personal space or personal property or anything like that. And I was just leaving my room and going down the stairs, and Arcadius decides to tell Aqua that I actually am a transgender and I identify as a woman. And
Wasn't that me?
I
Or
have
did
this
just roll
really
with it? I don't remember.
I have this really strong repression for everything that has to do with my identity. So I will flat out deny anyone saying that I identify as a woman. And so Aquan decides to call me Ulrissa. and and I at some point I just gave up trying to convince him. Cause he just genuinely thought that every time I deny it, it's not because I'm, normal. Well, Ulrich is anything but normal, really. But the one thing he was normal about.
Oh, it was fun times.
Good times had.
Yeah.
It was literally good times had.
Nothing here has been normal. There were
Should I
bugs.
tell him about the time Ulrich woke up with a
It's a
chain
cock.
glued to his head?
With a cock glued to your head.
There was bugs in a kitchen.
Oh yeah, that's Cookie.
It was a normal. There was nothing wrong with that pup. He was completely sanitary.
Anyway, we're gonna move past that and presume that she told him anything he wanted to know. Because she wants to go off and be moody.
It's 4:30, my friend. I'm gonna have to head out. So.
Alright, fine then. We'll pick this up next time. Later then. We'll pick this up
It was
next.
a fun time. I did enjoy the. Always loved introducing myself.
Clearly.
It was definitely interesting.
Either way.
I had a role played out, my friend.
Either way, I'm gonna cut recording here, and we will just catch up. Shoot the shit.
I wish you had a backpack, and it wouldn't have been so awkward.
I mean, he did have his hands down his pants like he was going for a weapon.
Yeah.
Either way, join us next week. Same time, same place.